We are getting far too professional.
Yeah.
Welcome to Chatterbox 71. Mixed bag of reality. I you know what? I feel like I'm I work on Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Like, I just keep coming up with the titles. I'm like, what sounds like I put a lot of thought into it? What?
Yeah, just throw
What
some words
sounds like
together.
it could be relevant?
Yeah. I could also contribute and try to come up with some, but then I always forget about it.
Oh, hey, man, you are absolutely welcome to, sir. Anytime you want.
Right. I'll forget about it, but maybe not.
You know what though? At least you're honest.
Yeah. The odds are,
so,
you know.
Yeah. No, I can respect that. I absolutely can respect that. Like, I will totally try to do this, but I'm going to forget about it. So don't worry. don't expect anything.
Yeah, it's what usually happens with most things in my life.
Yeah. Oh, I can totally understand.
Yeah.
Like, I just realized today I had enough money that I could actually get one of the mixed reality headsets.
Mm-hmm.
So there's virtual reality headsets and mixed reality headsets. They're extremely similar. I'm not sure entirely what the differences are, except one is way cheaper. And then when you look at the reviews, all the VR headsets are way more expensive, but they don't offer as good a visual clarity as the mixed reality headsets.
That's crazy.
And they're relatively new tech, all of it anyway. So I'm thinking, why not buy the one for like $300 instead of the one for $600, knowing that in like 2 or 3 years they're probably going to come out with 100 times better VR headsets anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for like $50.
Well, even if they're still at 600, it's like, you know, why blow the wad now? Why not wait a couple of years for the tech to catch up?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the tech is gonna get way better to a point where there's gonna be like a baseline. You know, like 4K right now is the top of the line
right.
for the most part, for like TVs, for monitors, for all that kind of stuff. I'm just waiting for like that kind of thing where like this is the best of the best for, and it's probably going to be really, really good for a while.
Right.
Kind of thing. If I'm going to invest $600 in a fucking video game headset, you know, really, it's going to have to be good.
Yeah, you got to know it's going to last a while, dude, or the fucking tech's going to hold up for a while, and it's not.
Whereas with the $300, it's still a lot of money to spend. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to give me access to all the games that are out, which the other ones don't actually, ironically. Like, because Windows is still not playing with the Vive and Oculus Rift. So I don't think you can play the Windows video games, which probably doesn't matter for the most part. But Windows is the one thing they do have that's exclusive is going to be Halo.
Oh, nice.
So, and they're planning a VR Halo. Where it's exclusive to virtual reality. So I'm like, the only way I can play that is with one of these MR headsets for sure.
Right.
I might as well get the one I know I can play, the one game that actually appeals to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like a better deal all around, dude.
Yeah, well, and the other thing that sold me was it's the best, most comfortable one for like people that wear glasses.
No, gotcha.
And my vision's not so terrible that I can't see well without them. But it would be nice to be able to see pretty clearly if I'm looking in like this VR shit.
And
I'm used to the fucking frames in my vision. So I would feel really weird without them.
Yeah, so the mixed reality one is the resolution's actually better too?
Yeah, the resolution per eye is better than any of the VR headsets. The difference is I don't think you can get full body tracking. So if you want to be able to like actually walk around and have like your character walk around at the same time you do, you can't. But it still tracks like your hand movements and stuff in your arms.
Yeah.
I from what I understand, the only time it loses tracking or tracking isn't good is when your arms are behind your back. And I don't know that that's going to happen often enough that that's ever going to matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't seem like something that's gonna come up all that often.
And even if it does, it's still gonna be, you know, better than what I'm playing now, and you know, pretty cool.
Yeah, I would imagine, you know, you do have to scratch your ass once in a while, but other than that.
Well, the other thing is the other headsets apparently you have to take off altogether, whereas the MR headsets you can just flip up. It's like a visor that flips off of your face. So when you need to like look at your monitor or like look around or just fucking wipe the sweat off your face, like you can just flip the thing up, and it's much easier that way.
Yeah, sounds like good shit, man.
I was very excited. I didn't think I was going to be able to get that for like another 4 or 5 months. So I was like,
yeah.
Oh, and we always talk shit about YouTube people, right?
Yeah, we do.
So I had to tell you this one because I figured you would appreciate how fucking like gross it is. So there's this big time, well, not big time. There's a VR chat streamer who goes by the name of Chips, I believe. And there was this chick that got really famous off of him, Wasbay, or as her VR name is Nuts, like just like, you know, like a crazy girl, she's nuts or something.
Right.
Who was like all over this dude, flirting with him constantly, always hitting on him, being like, we're gonna be together, all this shit. Right up until she got a big streaming audience. And then she's like, yeah, we're really good friends, but that's it.
Damn.
I was just like, oh goddamn, that is fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucking ugh.
Is that not
surprising? Seems the way to go nowadays.
Yeah, apparently so. I was just like, god damn, that is fucking cold. And this dude is just apparently like, he's so whipped that he's just like, oh, I wish we could be more than friends, like still pursuing her and shit. And I'm like, oh, I feel so bad for you, man. That shit fucking sailed before you even saw it.
Yeah, she was fucking using him the whole fucking time. That's fucking horrible, man.
That's what it seems like, yeah. And they all still hang out with like the same crowd of people together and like the video game stuff. So like professionally, he has to see this bitch all the time.
Yeah, poor dude, man.
Oh man, he's such a pussy though. I just straight been like, bitch, what the fuck do you think? Oh hell no, I make damn sure everybody knows what kind of person you are.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, that's fucking poor guy. Like I said, that's all I can say, man. Fucking poor dude.
I know. It feels so bad because well, they're all young kids though. They're like in their early 20s, so it's like they don't have the experience yet to like.
Well, hopefully this is it. Hopefully this is it for him. You know what I mean? Or this is what makes him realize that that's a possibility at least. Like, okay.
Yeah, like it won't work again. That's what you really hope, is that he'll see it coming the next time and not get.
Yeah. At least it wasn't something actual in real life where he actually fucking. Although I don't know that it's all that different nowadays. But
to be honest, in VR chat, like, so what's interesting is you form more real connections with people, I feel, because you're not looking at any of the extraneous shit. You're literally just having conversations.
Yeah. All you have is just the avatars. You're not judging anybody on appearance or any of that kind of shit.
And because for a while I was like, God, these fucking people flirting, it's so fucking lame. And I'm not gonna start like going after like, oh, I'm chasing the ladies or anything, because they're all fucking way too young for me, and I'm not really interested.
Right.
37, and the average age is like fucking like 18 or 19 years old. Like, not for me, thanks. But and I was actually thinking, like, it actually isn't that ridiculous, because I think we've talked about it before. Like, sex is what, 15 minutes, half an hour, and then you got fucking 15 more hours of the day. If you're in a relationship with somebody to spend, what the fuck are you gonna do if the only connection you have is fucking?
Yeah. So this way you can actually get to know someone a lot better without
get that connection.
Yeah. Especially if you're not living anywhere near each other. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to get to know each other. Kind of fall for each other or whatever. In that way.
And it's not like you guys can't like give each other your Twitter accounts and fucking, or even just do fake Twitter accounts and like send each other pictures or video chat and other things to get to know like what the person looks like, because that does matter. Like let's not fucking pretend looks are completely pointless. But like I just think that you have a potential to like make a better connection with somebody to start with.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you're actually getting to know the person. You know.
Well, and then it's almost like little communities are forming. You know, like more real communities than you get in like your neighborhood and stuff. So it's like, in some ways, it's disconnecting us more from the people directly around us. But in other ways, we're talking about virtual reality. William Snitchever in the chat asking what's up. Yeah, the VR chat is just one of there's multiple different kinds of games that are similar to VR chat, by the way, where you just like go around in VR and chat and talk with people and stuff. So that's not the only one. That's just the most popular right now, I think.
Right.
But it's fascinating because, you know, are we going to get so disconnected from the people around us, but then form these much stronger, more connected bonds with random people online, like in VR? In the future.
Yeah, where it's almost a letdown if you actually meet them in person.
Yeah, that's one of the jokes I make.
Yeah, it's people almost like, oh, hey, yeah, let's go back.
I meet somebody from California.
Yeah, or being like fucking meeting each other and then literally going like, fuck, you know, I've got two computers. You get on this one, I'll get on the other one.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things I thought would be really fun. What would be really fun is if you could get two people in the same house with two computers, and you can set up so the cords all go from overhead to the headsets. Like there's rigs to do that if you really wanted to get like, I mean, if you wanted to spend fucking ridiculous amounts of money that I would never spend for anything.
But the tech is there.
Yeah, but it's there. It would be really cool to get full body tracking for two different people. They'd have to use two different types of VR headsets so that it didn't fucking the signals don't cross and shit.
Right.
You know, because we're using Oculus Rift, it's not going to connect to the HTC Vive control. Like they're not going to read each other's signals. And then what'll be interesting is I wanted to see if they could dance together and see how that translated to VR with full body tracking. Like partner dancing, a waltz or a tango or swing dancing or, you know, the cha-cha or something like crazy.
Yeah, it would be interesting. Although then, you know, if one of them makes a wrong move and you end up fucking falling through each other or something.
Yeah, well, I think it'd be fun to watch though.
Yeah, that could be pretty entertaining.
Like, I don't know, to me it'd be like a weird step in virtual reality where like two people are like connecting in real life and in virtual reality.
Right.
Williams says Discord is killing live streams. People who used to chat in side chat are just chatting in Discord instead. That actually makes sense because I watched a lot of streams literally before just to chat with people in the chats. I didn't even give a shit about the stream. Some of them. I mean, some of them I really liked, but some of them I was just like, fuck it. There'll be people I know here.
Yeah, I've still yet to be anywhere.
To what?
Gone to Discord. Any Discord server.
Oh, okay. Anywhere. Yeah, your voice kind of roboted out for like the split second where you said what you hadn't done.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. So Discord. Yeah. No, I've done a little bit of stuff on Discord. Maybe I'm just not good at like learning new tech, but it still seems kind of clumsy. But it also seems like really too narrow for me because you're not connecting to whoever's on Discord. You're in these little rooms created by one person. So, you know, like Lotus Wolf has a Discord and I'm part of that. And then like somebody else has, I forget what, somebody else's Discord and I'm part of that. It's like, well, I can either be in Lotus Wolf's Discord talking with the people that are in hers, or I can be in this other one talking with the people, but it's really ridiculous to try to go back and forth between the two. And I don't really want to have to pick.
I gotcha. Is there any way to link them? Like if both of the like Lotus Wolf and the other person were okay with it, is there a way to link those up? Or
I have no idea. Yeah. Oh, William Sanchez has his own Discord. See, like everybody has a Discord. Like I like it for like things like gaming. Like I think it's a great tool for that.
Yeah, that's what it was originally for, right?
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, yeah. Like for a voice client for like if you're just talking with people while you're playing a video game, and there's no like in-game, you know.
Yeah, I'm like 99% sure that's what it was originally designed for.
Well, I mean, it's awesome, dude. Any like new thing is cool. I don't have a problem with like. I think it's cool that people are enjoying the Discords enough. And if it's killing live streams, then the live streams need to figure out how to adjust or improve to get more people to watch them. You know, I mean, that's ultimately what it comes. Or maybe live streams will not be as popular, and something else will come up and take that slot.
Yep, that's usually the way of things. You got something better.
Like I don't like Bloodsport, but they're coming up and taking an audience that exists. It's you know how that works.
Yeah, you know? Indeed. Yeah,
that's why I think Prince of Queens, because Prince of Queens went and released this video. I'm sure you saw it too.
Yeah,
talking about how they're gonna like eat each other and it's all gonna fucking end. And I'm like, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, well, not as nearly as quickly as Prince thinks it is. Certainly.
Yeah,
like I assume it's gonna peter out eventually. But yeah, I mean, Prince was talking like it's gonna happen like really quickly, and I'm like, yeah. I would be really fucking surprised if it flamed out that quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I don't think it's gonna last. Right. I think it's gonna last for a while, and I don't think it's gonna like the genre is gonna peter out. I think once a genre exists, it takes a really long time for it to die.
Yeah, it gets some inertia built up. Yeah.
There's gonna be other people that come in. So like right now, the people that are like really big on it. I think eventually, you know, nastier, meaner people are going to come in and fuck them over and sort of just gank that audience, like take the lion's share of that audience. Like they're going to fade out of popularity and somebody else is going to come super popular. It'll be the new guy kind of thing.
Right.
You know, and that's just, you know, part of how that works. I think that sort of style of streaming is all about gotcha stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, YouTube is definitely a copycat fucking platform.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So, yeah, they see something successful, they're like, okay, I can do that. I can be fucking way meaner than that.
Yeah,
way more unreasonable than that.
Oh yeah, it's a trip, man. I mean, it's gonna go where it's gonna go. I just, you know, I'm not gonna be part of it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make fun of it because it's fucking dumb. So
yeah, I can't watch it. Like I said, I followed Tonka stuff for a while, but this was back way before it fucking blew up. Like I literally got out right before the fucking shit got super popular. And
it's before they were really doing a lot of the gotcha stuff. It was more like just people chilling out and having fun conversations when I was watching.
Yeah, it was like not taking that seriously. It was just entertainment. Nobody really took it seriously, and it was pretty entertaining, you know. And then fucking now it's kind of devolved into this fucking, you know, just yelling over each other,
going after people, whether it's true or not, representing yourself as an authority with no real basis for that representation.
And it seems
like, I'm an idiot, and I'll fully, you know, be happily admit that. And it's just
some of it seems a bit forced, like you're almost inventing, and that's why again I feel like the term drama factory or drama incorporated seems really appropriate. Because it seemed pretty fucking manufactured.
That's the arc that real, like on TV, the reality TV shows went. So like at first, like the very first one, I believe the very first really reality TV show was the MTV, you know, where they got a bunch of people to live in a house.
Real World. Yeah.
Real World. Yeah, I think that might have been one of the first reality shows.
Yeah.
It's really one of the ones that kicked off the popularity.
Yeah, and I believe I've seen shit on it, and even from the get-go, they would kind of pick people that they knew were gonna fucking be crazy.
Well,
not necessarily. Yeah, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, yeah, they definitely picked people they knew were gonna be crazy together, but over the last, over the period of time from then till now, it's become more and more actually it is scripted to an extent.
Right.
Like there are story arcs that are written ahead of time. People are briefed and given like, this is kind of where we want you to go with your character, and people get into the like half reality, half character thing.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah. So there are people that literally write those shows, as much as people want to believe that they're all totally like reality and totally unscripted, man. Like, nah, total horseshit. Absolutely. They script a lot of that.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts, man. Yeesh.
And then they hope for like those golden moments, I'm sure, where like nobody scripted anything, but something just totally awesome happened. And well, given your relative point of view of what awesome is.
Right. Yeah. No, they want drama. They want fucking conflict. They want fucking the shit show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what was it? One of the real worlds, like there was some dude named Puck, I want to say, who like just straight punched a chick.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he just straight fucking punched a chick. And I'm like, I bet they loved that. I bet they were so fucking happy because so many people are going to be like so involved with the show now.
Right.
Just because they're going to be angry and hate that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Yeah. As for the blood sports, the one thing that kind of bugs me now is the people that watch it seem to adopt the same mentality when they're interacting on other platforms like Twitter or anywhere else, where they're not really going to debate or challenge the ideas. They're just going to fucking, talk shit about somebody's appearance. Yeah, they're going to talk shit about somebody's appearance, just call them stupid, call them names and shit. That's that kind of bugs me, dude. It's like, fucking discourse is gone.
Geek Thulu grabbing a picture from way back in Sofane's Twitter feed of him out of his character that he does on his show.
That would be a good example. Yeah. Although he claimed it was like, no, I'm doing this because it's bullshit that he's in this costume and this character. Well, let me ask you this: does Geek ever appear on fucking camera?
William Stenchever, you guys are fat and stupid. Fucking duh, dude.
Yeah, I wish I could argue with you, Stenchever. I wish I could fucking counteract that.
I don't think we've ever claimed anything other than like jokingly. I don't know who the other people are. We got like two other people in the chat. Hey, whoever you are, man, say hey.
Yeah, but no, that's has Geek Thulu ever appeared on camera?
Oh, William says he's seen him. I don't know. I've never actually seen Geek on camera that I'm aware of. I don't particularly care one way or the other.
But again, I think a vast majority of the time he's just has his fucking avatar. So I thought it was weird. Like, why are you calling him out for a con? That sounds about right. I figured just going off the voice, because he's got kind of a goofy voice. So like kind of that nasally goofy voice. I kind of always picture him.
Oh yeah. Goofy. I don't know, man. I just thought that was like in really poor taste, but I don't know.
Yeah, but again, I was like, it didn't make any sense. Well, I think his justification was bullshit. You know what I mean? He was trying to say like, oh no, it's because of that costume. It's bullshit. It's costume. Yeah, that's not why you did it. You did it because of the fucking the Kumite inspired. Look at this guy. I think he looks goofy. What do you guys think? Yeah.
Fuck what? I'm balding, not bald yet. You know what? I think the fact that most of the people who probably are in a lot of these audiences are like fat loser dudes explains why all the like girls that are really technically like a 5 or a 6 are counted as 10s.
Yeah, that does make sense, man. Yeah, because again, the people that they're saying like they're fawning over these chicks, and I'm like, dude, I've never slept with someone that unattractive. Like, you know, again, I'm not saying I've slept with a huge amount of women, but they're all pretty fucking hot. You know, yeah. I don't want to name any specific names here, too, but I think you know what I'm saying. There are girls that if you saw them on the street, you see somebody at least that attractive constantly, if you're in public at all. You know, but they're on camera showing a little cleavage. Holy shit, they're so fucking hot now.
Well, ultimately, like in my experience, and this is not like 100%, but most really, really hot women are super fucking vapid and annoying and demanding.
Yeah,
and honestly, girls that are like not a 10 are way more fun to hang out with, and ultimately, to me, more attractive. But then again, I like big ears on a girl. That's one of my things.
That's pretty bizarre, dude. Yeah, well, that's not really, it's not that bizarre. I shouldn't say that. It's definitely weirder shit out there.
I'm not a foot guy. Like that could be worse. I could be a foot dude. Those guys are fucking real weird.
Yeah. No, mine is lips more than anything else, dude. I like a full.
So everybody's got a little thing. Yeah. It's not like a fetish. Like if I'm like into a girl that doesn't have big ears, I'm not going to be like, nope, can't do it.
Yeah, you're not making the cut with your average looking ears or your little ears. Yeah.
Making the cut with your little ears. Oh yeah, big old Dumbo ears. I don't know, it's weird.
But yeah, no, there really does seem to be a correlation between how attractive a woman is, or a negative correlation, I should say, between how attractive and interesting they are. So the hotter they are, the less interesting they are as a person.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, I was talking over you.
Well, it's not to say I haven't ever met like a hot girl that's fun to hang with, though. To be fair, so like,
yeah,
and it's with hot dudes though too. A lot of times, so
yeah, no, it's exceedingly rare, but it definitely happens. But yeah, most of the time, the average-looking girl, or even the ugly one, they had to actually develop some kind of personality.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, it's the same. It's the same with a lot of hot dudes are real fucking dumb. Like not maybe not quite as often, but it's definitely a pretty regular thing.
Yeah, like I said, it doesn't seem to be as often as the chicks thing. It happens with the females, but yeah, no, you definitely see it. Well, that's the thing is, looks are not as important to women as they are to men when they're looking for. It's certainly a pretty big part of it still, but it's still not as important as it is to us guys. You know. So there.
Oh man, this Florida shooting thing won't fucking die. I thought for sure that it would be done by now.
Well, what happened? What ended with the officers? Did the officers really just fucking stand there and stand around while the fucking shooting was happening?
So this isn't uncommon. A lot of people seem to think that the cops are going to go in guns blazing. That's really not very often, and that's usually only the SWAT team. They're not required to do that. Most of the time, cops wait for everything to stop and then come in and clean up the fucking mess.
But are they not allowed to, or it's their choice?
No, it's just their choice. They're not required to.
Oh my god!
So there's a big difference between not allowing it and not requiring it.
Oh man!
Allowed to, they're just not required to.
Yeah, I don't know if I could fucking do that though, man. I mean, I get that it's a fucking risk to your life and everything, but holy shit!
Well, I think their
kids in fucking.
They don't want the officers running into an unknown situation and just getting killed and not being able to help anybody. Whereas if they stay outside, if the gunner, the person comes out, they can take him out right away. But until they know where he is, walking through any door could just be like the fucking end of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm devil's advocate a little bit here too. Like, keep in mind.
I don't know, man. I would have to fucking go in and try to do something, man. I don't know if I could stand by and listening to people getting fucking shot.
I think most people would think that, and probably a lot of those people would be like, they would try to go in. But I don't know, man. Being in that situation, I'm kind of reluctant to pass too harsh of a judgment just because I've never been in that situation, like that's a pretty scary fucking thing.
Yeah. No, I get it. No, I would be fucking
indiscriminately.
Although I don't know, I think for me, I think the fucking anger of knowing what was going on would quickly override the fucking fear.
That would be like the big overdrive. I think I probably would try to go in and do something. I just like
I don't think I could. I mean, a combination of knowing that kids are getting fucking slaughtered, combined with, I don't really give a shit if I fucking live or die. So
well, there you go. That's the big key right there. It's like, oh, well, not really out too much,
Yeah, when you're not particularly attached to your existence, well, fuck, why not?
Dude, that's the most cheerful way of looking at it. It's like, yeah, man. The thing that really bothers me is these fucking scripted kids.
Jesus.
The news has basically paraded these little kids around and scripted them.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt is shooting for 10:30. Sorry, I just got a text, so I had to say that.
Yeah. Well, did you hear about the one kid who had I guess they asked him to put a little speech together, and he submitted it, and it was nothing like what they wanted to fucking hear. It was because I think he was in the ROTC or something. He was not going to be anti-gun, basically.
Yeah, well, I mean, the second anybody shoots a lot of people in the U.S., everybody in the U.S. forgets about all the other mass murders that were done with vans or cars or bombs or fire or knives or in all these other situations where somebody fertilizer fucking in a fucking U-Haul in front of the fucking federal building. Let's not pretend that guns are the only tool that this uses. And it's extremely misleading of the press to always talk about how there's so many more mass shootings in the U.S. than any other country. Yeah, but there aren't more mass murders, and that's the difference.
Yeah,
it's pretty common around the globe. Mass murders, that's the problem.
Yeah, it's not that. Yeah, no, I had seen a stat somewhere because again, they all obviously their solution is nobody can have guns except the fucking authorities.
But they don't trust, which is fucking they don't see the irony in that.
Yeah, but any of the places that were disarmed like that, there's an incredible amount of fucking murder and violence, dude. Except for yeah, well, I don't want to finish that thought. Go ahead, man.
Except for wait, no.
No.
Except for Australia.
Yeah, no, but it would be the Nordic countries, I would say, the Scandinavian countries.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah, they're the only ones where there's a lot of not a lot of guns and where there isn't a lot of crime.
I don't know. Some of the Nordic countries have military services, a standard for everybody has to be in the military, and they all have guns. There's a couple of them, I think, where it's not necessarily they all have guns, but they all can have guns. And I know there's one country where they all have to have a rifle and ammunition.
Yeah. No, I just know looking at the graph, the only countries, like I said, where people didn't have a lot of them, that also didn't have a lot of crime were
the Nordic ones.
Yeah, let's say Scandinavian, whatever. Yeah. And all the other ones, a lot of them were in South America, and I think the Middle East too, maybe. But the ones I noticed a lot in South America.
Well, the one thing that I think people that concerns me is the push for socialism and communism. Because really they're not pushing for a lot of the things they're talking about are not really socialism. They're actually just communism.
Right.
I would be absolutely not willing to give up guns to any group that's communist.
Yeah.
Because communism just ends up fucking murdering millions of people every fucking time it takes power.
Yeah.
We have 300 million people, give or take. I'd like to keep it roughly that way. I don't need us to. I don't think we should, reduce it to 200 million.
Yeah, it'll never fucking happen. They're not going to.
I'm just saying, that's another reason. You really this. A lot of I fully agree with the people that are no, we're not giving up any guns.
Yeah.
No assault rifle ban. None of this bullshit.
Yeah.
It's clearly the fact that it's going to be all guns. That's what they're aiming for.
Yeah, exactly. And that's fucking ridiculous. And even the ones they call assault rifles, like they've already done away with automatic weapons, right? Like everything's semi-automatic, right?
What's an assault rifle anyway? Like the AR-15, AR stands for Armalite. It's not assault rifle.
Yeah, no, they just don't. They'll any rifle. They essentially pretty much just.
Well, it's any rifle that's not wood. So you take like a gun that has like a wood butt and a fucking wood stock. They're fine, but you make it look like, you know, the AR-15 where it looks like a military weapon, even though the AR-15 would never be allowed in the military. Right. It's way too small a caliber for that. Yeah. It's really not even that powerful of a rifle. I mean, it's like 223, which is really not that far above like a 22.
But yeah, they're freaking out about it. They're like, dude,
yeah,
it's not that fucking crazy, dude.
Well, and there's so many more effective weapons that you can use. The AR-15 just happens to be really cheap and common and really easy to put together and get a lot of parts for and modify. And it's, you know, super popular for that reason.
Yeah. Well, it's the same reason that the AK is still fucking, you know, not here, but like, you know, a lot of other places, the AK is still really popular because there's very few moving parts and it's really easy to fucking manufacture. And it can fucking put out a shitload of bullets.
If we didn't have this silly automatic weapons ban, I'm sure, you know, you'd see like M16s and M4s and a lot of different like military weapons would probably be super popular because as the military is done, they'll, you know, sell their old stock to, you know, surplus stores, and then the surplus stores will sell those to the public and they'll just get new guns for the military. So, I mean, it's kind of sort of unfortunate in a way because it would offset some of the cost. Though, I mean, it would never change military spending because they're not spending it on keeping our soldiers safe. They're spending it on all sorts of weird shit.
Yeah. But yeah. No, just I read a book on the AK. Just like how it came into being and like fucking how durable that fucking thing is.
Oh yeah,
just the fact that it's
AK is an excellent rifle.
Yeah. Have you ever heard about like how it first came into being? Like they had like a contest in fucking Russia.
No, that actually sounds interesting. Like a fucking contest.
Right. Yeah, dude. They had like a contest, like Tokarev, who, you know, he designed fucking, you know, like I think they had a pistol of his that they used for a long time. So all these dudes in Russia were doing it, and then Kalashnikov came up with his idea, and basically they tested him, put him through some heavy fucking shit, like dragging it through fucking dirt, dragging it through sand, submerging it, and the fucking AK came through all that shit and still fucking fired. Like it would be fucking. Yeah, well, it's just incredibly durable. Apparently, even in I can't remember if it was Korean or it had to be Vietnam. Apparently, like the Americans, when they would come across an AK, they'd throw down their fucking M16 and start using the AK.
Oh, seriously? That's fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah, because the M16 is, you know, there's a lot of fucking moving parts. It's and again in the jungle. You know, they were constantly fucking jamming up. There's too much humidity, too much moisture, you know, too much shit to fuck with it, and it's too sensitive to fucking really hold up.
Well, and when your life is on the line, you're not going to have a lot of brand loyalty.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is the American-made gun. You're going to be like, yeah, that gun always fires, and I want to kill people, not be killed.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, apparently there's a lot of places, because I guess they still manufacture them, like the official AK-47s in Russia. But there's other places that make them fucking way fucking cheaper in like Albania or like, you know, places like that, like in Eastern Europe. Sorry.
Well, so it sounds like AKs are kind of like a version of like a 22 rifle would be over here. So it's just like a higher caliber, super reliable rifle.
Right.
Although we have like a lot of 12. We got a lot of shotguns that are like the Mossberg and stuff like that. We have a lot of like the single shot breech loader, like the pump action shotguns are pretty fucking hard to destroy.
Whatever happened to the AA-12? Is that in fucking use, or is that just fucking?
I'm not sure.
You know what I'm talking about?
Was that the automatic 12-gauge rifle, the one that actually like fired fully auto 12-gauge rounds?
Yeah, well, it's a rifle that basically it has essentially almost no recoil.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know
that one. It can fire. Let's see. It was developed back in, I guess, started in '72. Current developed. It says current 200. This is 05, so in 2005. Yeah, developed over 18 years since the patent was sold to military police systems. But yeah, it's basically it's fully automatic. It's a fully automatic shotgun. It can fire 300 rounds.
A kid could use it.
Yeah, 300 rounds a minute, dude.
Oh, wait, it is a fully automatic shotgun, you said.
Yeah. So yeah, 300 rounds a minute. Again, hardly any recoil. Like, in fact, I've seen videos of like a chick that weighs like less than 100 pounds holding it with one hand and shooting it.
Dude, that's insane. I wonder how they do that.
For a shotgun, dude, that's fucking amazing. And it can fire little fucking grenade rounds, dude.
Oh, well, there's more than just little grenade rounds. When you're talking about shotgun shells for like military use, they've got like a couple, like almost a dozen like different kinds of rounds total, at least. I mean, there's
like incendiaries and fucking grenade shells.
There's even like shotgun rounds that like fire like another fucking round out of them. Where it's like is it flechetting? Flechets, where it's like a fucking different size slugs, or like a 38 round, and it's flechetted into the fucking 12 gauge thing. So you shoot the 12 gauge, the flechettes fall away, and the bullet goes on. I can't remember what it's called, but like they have things like that, and then they also have like rounds that are like, 6 little fucking darts inside of it that fucking explode. And like, Jesus Christ, man.
Damn, dude.
I'm exaggerating, obviously, but there's some pretty fucking gnarly stuff that comes out with those.
Yeah. Okay, so here it is.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, man. Yeah.
I was going to say, fuck what in the chat says the original M16s were shipped without cleaning kits because the manufacturer claimed they would never be needed.
Jesus. And they were going to the fucking jungle, basically. All right. So, yeah, it kind of explains it here in the article, how it does away with the recoil. It says when the bolt flies back after firing to cycle another round, around 80% of what would normally be felt as recoil is absorbed by a proprietary gas. A recoil spring grabs another 10%, leaving the final recoil a remarkable 10% of the normal recoil for a 12-gauge round.
Jesus Christ. Well, if you were looking for home defense, load that thing with like birdshot or something. It's like birdshot is still, in a room, it's going to do a lot of damage, but it's much less likely to end up going like through your house to the next house.
Right.
Like if you're using like a big old 45 or like a 30-06 or something that has a really big fucking round in it, you could definitely end up in the neighbor's house if you're shooting some dude and you miss. And even if you hit the guy, in some cases, if it's like, well, I don't think anybody'd use. I was thinking like the anti-tank rounds, but I'm like, no, those are like the really big sniper rounds and shit. Not the anti-tank, but they have the really big sniper rounds, the ones that are like as long as your fucking hand. Oh, I can't remember the name of the round now.
Yeah, I'm not going to be of any use, dude.
Well, I've watched some of the shooting channels on YouTube, like Demolition Ranch and what's the other guy, Hickok 45 and Clinker and all this other stuff. Like these people that just are insanely skilled with firearms and do all sorts of cool like firearms tests and weird experiments to see what'll happen if you shoot this with that and all this other shit. Like what happens if you shoot a microwave with this round? You're like, I don't know, but I want to see it blow up, so let's go. We're like testing ballistic armor. That's always entertaining.
Yeah, it's crazy. I watched the slingshot guy, George Sprague. That's about the only one I watch.
Oh yeah, well, there's a ton of them that are fun to watch. But there's some of those people that are being gone after though by the YouTube. I can't shake this feeling that, like, coming up within the next year or two, there's going to be a big, like, it seems like they're gearing up to just shut down a massive amount of channels. Like, I have a feeling that's coming down the pipe.
Right.
Oh, or in the chat, fuck watches, they make us. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no. Go ahead. I lost my train of thought.
Fuck what says they make a steel powder 12-gauge round for breaching locked doors. The powder melts on firing and destroys the lock.
Oh wow! So that's essentially awesome. melts the lock, right? Is that what he's saying? Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, the AA-12 is not available for civilians.
Well, it's a fully automatic gun, so obviously it's not available for civilians. Yeah. Unless you're in like fucking like Montana, like well, I mean, it couldn't be. I should say not to say that it would be available in like Montana. I think it's like Montana and like Vermont or something allow you to have like fully automatic weapons. Like, I think those two states. I mean, I could Google it, but where's the fun in not being wrong?
Fuck yeah. It's not that essential anyway, dude.
Well, here we go. I thought this was an interesting thing that's been floating around the internet. The concept of crisis actors, where they keep finding people that either look really similar or have been in the news prior. And they're showing it like this guy right here is the main one that I think a lot of conspiracy started. Because he was on this big thing in California. It wasn't a big thing, but it was like a local issue where like he and his friend were surfing on the beach. And like a lifeguard came over because his friend like threw his set his boogie board on top of the trash can, and the lifeguard lost his shit. And then the guy told the guy to take it off because it's not legal.
Right.
And then the kid, lipped off, and then the lifeguard was like, "Look, you little shit, don't you fucking talk back to me. I'm not your fucking mommy." Like,
I saw
the riot act, and this little fag, whoops, that came out of nowhere. This little prick, he just looks so effeminate. I'm sorry. I know that's terrible. He filmed the whole thing because they always will try to get people in trouble for fucking being reasonable. Because you watch the video and you're like, and this kid just keeps fucking mouthing off and saying, "When you go to fucking hell, you get out of here, man." It's like, yeah, no, this guy has the authority. You don't, kid. You need to be respectful. Like, it was just fucking frustrating. But look, YouTube apparently took out a bunch of videos because some of the ones talking about this kid being a crisis actor as though he's not like legitimately a student of the school and all this shit. And basically like conspiracy theories that the shooting didn't happen and it was all just, made up, as opposed to like the shooting obviously, happened, and they just found some kids. Whether or not they were really all that close to any of the shooting is a pretty interesting question.
Yeah, there's usually somebody that like tries to cash in on it somehow and then find out that they don't go to the school, they have nothing to do with the school, that kind of shit. Yeah. Well,
and then the what do you call it? Like they're willing to follow the script and say the lines that they're told to say. Like there was that I know there was at least one kid who got pulled by his parents from the what was that bullshit CNN community meeting or whatever, like the house meeting or some bullshit.
Oh, the town hall thing or whatever.
Oh, the town hall bullshit, because they scripted it all. Like the kids weren't allowed to ask whatever they wanted. They were given questions and statements.
Yeah, no, that's what I was talking about earlier. That one dude submitted it, and they came back with, "Here's the question you're going to ask." And he was
exactly. Like, maybe that's the same kid that got pulled by his parents.
Yeah, well, the one I was talking about, he decided not to go. He was like, "I'm not going to do this. You guys are basically telling me what to say."
I wonder if that's the one that's on Fox now.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything else from him, but yeah,
there was a big thing I just saw popping up on Twitter about this kid on Fox who's
actually, it must have been
like anti-gun thing,
because he was on a news thing, so it probably would have been Fox talking about this is why I didn't go, because I did this and submitted this little what do you call it? A little speech.
Yeah.
They didn't like my take on things. So they came back with, "Here, you can ask this question." And he was
I would have agreed, and then I would have given the speech anyway. What are they going to do? Stop you?
Yeah. It's usually going to be live. So what are they going to fucking do?
It's live. You're one of the students from the school. Yeah. You start talking, they don't have a fucking choice.
Yeah, but he was a kid. He was probably
no
just
way to back out of that without making them look really bad.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't think it through that much. He was just pissed off.
Sure he was a kid. Fuck you guys. Went through a huge trauma. I'm just saying it would have been fucking amazing.
Yeah.
All right, fuckwad. You go ahead and you get some good sleep, man.
Yeah. Thanks for have a good night, brother. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, now we're both like 80s fucking bros. Right. 80s surfer bros. Hey, bro. Have a good night, bro.
No, I missed that. He said the AA-12 can be fucking vehicle mounted. That's crazy.
Wow, that'd be glorious.
I assume that's got to be the military must use it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No doubt.
It sounds like it's way too great of a weapon not to be fucking used. You know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, a lot of the stuff they're doing in a lot of the Middle East areas is specifically going after like individual targets. So they're not just taking out a place. They got to breach. They got to go in. They got to get that guy and take him out or capture him if possible.
Yeah, that weapon seems tailor-made for that, dude. You know,
so if you got a 12 gauge that you can launch a bunch of rounds that are just going to take out the door, or a bunch that are going to lay down some cover, or going to go just through the wall and then explode like little grenades.
Yeah, or kind of like how they did in World War II, where they would have two-man teams. Like one would have a bar and one would have a fucking Thompson. So the Thompson can put a shitload of bullets down, but the bar, I guess, was a little more accurate or whatever.
Yeah.
So they would have like a two-man team. So you can have somebody with like an actual rifle, and you have one with a shotgun with an AA-12. You know.
Well, and shotguns are extremely accurate, and don't like it's not like the movies and video games where they have this like gigantic spread. And, unless you cut them way the fuck down and they don't go through the full rifle barrel, like the barrel.
Or if it's just going, obviously the further away you get, the more it fucking separates. But
well, but the further away, the less effective it is too. So, like if you're getting the spread like you see in video games in the movies, you're probably not at lethal velocity anymore.
Right.
Like you might hurt them, like they'll be bruised or
leave a bunch of bruises.
There might be some penetration, but you're not going to be nearly as deadly.
Yeah.
Especially with like buckshot or birdshot or something like that. Like that's not going to be.
Yeah, like a slug could probably still be pretty effective, but any of the little fucking pellets. Yeah.
Well, if the slug starts spreading, you're fucked. Something's gone really wrong with that gun.
Right.
You can shoot the slug and it just slowly increases in size as it goes off. You're like, that's not right.
That is defying the laws of physics, sir.
That'd be the concern. You'd be like, all right, what's the fine for breaking the laws of physics?
Yeah. Death, your banishment from existence.
I just wanted to shoot a deer, man.
I just wanted to rip through a deer. All of a sudden, existence is no longer.
What the? My kink is mutual support, communication, handcuffs, and reciprocating care and love. That's a tweet. I occasionally look at Twitter just to see if there's like an interesting story that's new and popped up right now.
All right.
Because we can be wrong about current events that have happened, a little while ago, but it's even better if we can be wrong about something that's interesting and happening right now.
Yeah. Get our shitty take on something that's happening right now in the moment.
Oh, this was a short one, but kind of funny. Let's see here. Share that screen. And so there was a story in the UK about smuggling donkeys. Somebody smuggled donkeys. And so they put the guy who did it's picture in there. Like this guy fully in there. However, they blacked out with little bars the donkey's eyes in the newspaper.
What the fuck? Why?
I don't know. That's never been explained.
Okay, there's got to be some kind of mix-up. Like, hey, black out the eyes, and the dude looked at the wrong picture. You know what I mean? Like,
you would think
some non-specific order to black out the eyes in this photo, and he got this one instead of the dude. instead of pictures.
I don't understand. I thought it was great. I looked at it and I was like, haha.
That's like the only thing that makes sense, dude. It's some kind of mix-up, dude. Yeah, we can't.
No, that is the most logical one for sure.
These donkeys are in the witness protection program.
Oh man.
Oh wow. Holy shit.
Wait, we've already talked about the deep fake app, right?
Yeah. The what?
The deep fake app.
Deep fake app.
The one where it replaces people's heads and faces in video. Mm-hmm. Where you can take a piece of video.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now I remember. Yeah.
I still had a bookmark up for that, and I was like, "Did we talk about deepfake?"
No, we definitely did.
I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, you know what you could do is you could create like abominations or like beloved cartoon characters or like Muppets heads on like hardcore BDSM scene people's faces. Like replace, Kermit the Frog, like doing a BDSM scene with like Winnie the Pooh.
Damn, dude.
Wouldn't that be glorious?
Oh, dude. That would be pretty entertaining.
Oh man. I've seen some of the tutorials where they talk about how you do it and stuff. And it's pretty fucking funny because they're always like replacing some famous actor's face with some other famous actor's face in a movie. Like, say you wanted this guy to play this part in this movie. Well, now you can make it the case. I'm like, nobody's doing that. Nobody's downloading the app for that reason. Not a single person. They're all making fake porn with celebrities or people they know. It's every single one of them. Come on now. Like, it's a lot of work. I think you got to get like a picture that's similar expression for like each frame or something like that, and it's like, yeah, that's not gonna fucking happen for most people.
Mm-hmm. All right, I just came across a picture of fucking Trudeau and his little fucking India getup.
Oh yeah,
it's so fucking bizarre, dude.
Like before this social justice craze, wouldn't that have been like super kind of like racist, like sort of on the sly, like kind of racist?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It really should be, dude. It seems like that's appropriation, lefties. That's
well, not even like an appropriation, but like when we weren't doing like the political correct bullshit, it was still considered kind of like weird and creepy to try to like just pretend to be one of the like part of that culture or group thing in a really fake surface way to get points. It's considered kind of a shitty racist thing to do. Whereas what they're calling a cultural appropriation is where you're genuinely taking part in that other brain. Come back, brain. Where you're genuinely taking part in that culture.
Yeah.
You're not like just trying to do it in like a shitty fake way. You're genuinely interested in being a part of that culture in that particular way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It's just weird.
Yeah, well, dude, Trudeau just seems like I don't know, man. It seems really fucking creepy to me, dude. Like, it seems really to lack any kind of genuineness at all.
Oh, he's probably a sociopath, man.
Yeah, it really does seem like it, right?
Well, I mean, politics stuff really takes that kind of dedication. Like, I mean, like, let's not all pretend that like Trump is, I support him. I agree with a lot of the stuff he's doing, not everything. But let's not pretend he's like some nice fucking dude who's gonna fucking hang out and tell you fun stories. He's a fucking he's a shark.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that he falls into sociopath. He's definitely a narcissist. He's definitely fucking narcissistic.
Well, I'm not saying he's a sociopath. I'm just saying like the people that get into these positions aren't good people.
Right.
Like,
or rarely, incredibly rare. Nowadays, it's almost impossible to do.
For every decent person. For every Trey Gowdy, there's like 100 John McCains. It's like that's the problem.
Yeah.
And even Trump is trying to do by and large what people want done. They may not all agree on how to do it, and he's going about it in ways that people find offensive or are using for political reasons, saying that it's going to, fucking end the world. But he's trying to do what the majority of Americans want, get more jobs, increase wages, increase, economic mobility and social mobility. Like that's what he's doing, But
yeah. Well, I think we've talked about it here. I think Trump wants to do a good job again for his glory. But again, if you want to do a good job, I don't really care why. I don't care if it's for your own self-aggrandizing shit. Although, I really wish
at the end of it, but you do a really good job, then I say we get you the statue.
Right.
Yeah.
Although, I really wish you would fucking fire Sessions, dude. I think
Sessions is sort of like a compromise to the old guard.
In
a lot of ways, appealing to a lot of the older type Republicans who are like, drugs are all bad and evil. Christianity's the only thing that matters. You just gotta pray more. That'll fix the cancer. Because those people are still part of the party, and he still has to do something to appeal to them. So I would imagine, Jeff Sessions.
I think 20 years from now, most of those people will be dead. But
yeah, but they're not now, and that's the problem.
Exactly. Yeah, and they fucking vote. They fucking make sure they vote. You know what I mean?
Well, and the reality is they'll probably, a lot of the people, will vote whatever party they are, no matter who's running. So they're pretty deadlocked into their party lines.
Right.
It was a huge thing because a lot of people thought for sure that one of the reasons they thought Trump was going to lose is they didn't think Trump could pick up anybody else's votes. So they thought people who were loyal to, like, say, Cruz, like Senator Cruz, would not vote for Trump instead of voting for Cruz.
Yeah, that is kind of.
The reality is, not only did he pick up all the other candidates' votes, he picked up a lot of other votes too that weren't even, normally Republican.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, really, you think that the people that wanted Cruz to run are going to vote for fucking Hillary? Like, that makes sense to them?
I don't know. Well, Cruz, in a lot of respects, was actually running on a lot of the similar stuff to what Trump is doing right now. And he was a lot of similar, campaign promises. That's where I was looking for. He was making a lot of similar campaign promises. Who knows what he really would have done if he'd won? Because
it's
doubtful. But
I don't know, man. There's something about that guy, dude. Something about Cruz just fucking irks me, man. So, dude, just seeing
I don't know. Like, I've heard him interviewed a couple times now that he's no longer running, and he's not that bad. I don't know what was going on. I wonder if he's changing his tune based on the loss and like, oh shit, I gotta fucking change my persona so that I don't lose the Senate seat or something.
Yeah, he could be gearing up for a run, later down the line. That could be happening.
Yeah, he's still young enough that he could run again.
So I don't know, man. Something about him. He just looks incredibly fucking smug. Like, there's something about the look on his face, dude, that makes me want to fucking punch it, dude.
You just don't like it,
dude. I don't know what it is, man. If it's just the way he looks, or if he looks that way because he is incredibly smug, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know which is which.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Oh my god, that's right. Did you see the little clip from the fucking news? I forget which news it was. It was one of the like CNBC affiliates, I think, the NBC affiliates. And they were saying, and here's an image of an AR-15 shooting a pumpkin, and it was a fucking 12 gauge.
Oh Jesus, dude!
It was literally like a pump action fucking 12 gauge single barrel. Yeah. You're like, what the fuck? It's just one of those moments where you're like,
anybody. No. Again, I'm not a gun enthusiast, but I'm pretty sure I could pick out a fucking shotgun as opposed to a fucking AR-15.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. It was amazing. It was one of the best.
None of them work at that station.
The Twitter comments on it, man. Oh my god, those people were fucking merciless.
I assume they just ripped them to shreds. Yeah.
Oh, good lord. I don't know, man. There's a couple. I love when they get the news, but the one thing I really like about Twitter that's funny to me is the Twitter polls and the people that take that shit seriously. Like, not the ones who just like, who's hotter, such and such or such and such, but like the people who are like doing political polling on fucking Twitter, as if that's not going to be incredibly fucking biased. Like, I saw one with should the government ban assault rifles, but then it has the hashtag ban assault rifles.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, well, clearly the people who already think that are going to be the ones that see that more than anyone else. So you're going to get a super fucking skewed result.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not to mention the people following you are probably going to be agreeing with you to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. People that are going to see that are going to be people you already agreed with, and they already agreed with you, and everybody enjoys their echo chamber.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It was just like, I think this was Mike Cernovich or something.
Yeah, no, people that actually will cite them. Well, this poll here says, like, dude, are you really citing a fucking Twitter poll?
Yeah, well, that's the problem, man. Like, there's no fucking standards in that shit anymore. You take somebody like Styx Hexenhammer, and like, yeah, he jokes and he makes silly tweets and does video game footage and does all the occult stuff in the books with the occult, writing of occult books and all that. But like, his degree of accuracy and willingness to do research and not look into biased things is so high that you can really trust a lot of what he's saying, just in general idea of like what likely is going to happen. You may not agree with his points of view, but it's really easy to tell what's his point of view and what he's predicting is going to happen in a certain situation.
Yeah. You follow Hard Bastard or H.A. Goodman?
No, I've never heard of those guys.
Yeah, those two are all right too. They're buddies with our Hard Bastard is for sure. His buddies with Styx. He's pretty good, and like I said, H.A. Goodman's not too bad either.
Well, I'm always interested in hearing in more accurate people who are more accurate and less biased. And
yeah, I would check them out, man. Check them out.
He's a left-wing version of Styx Hexenhammer.
What?
I'd really like a left-wing version of Styx Hexenhammer.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Somebody who's like, old school Democrat, where they're actually, not communist,
right?
Just, libs, and it's like, it would be nice to see somebody who was, reporting a lot of this stuff and talking about from the other side, the other perspective.
Right. Yeah, somebody who's trying to, report shit factually and then kind of giving their opinion too. Where it's clear where the line is between opinion and fact.
Yeah, I think that would be really nice, because then it would be like a resource for people who, for people like me who are like, I'd love to hear both sides of the argument on a lot of things. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to change my mind, but I'd love to hear some more factual, based arguments and not ideological based, which is the majority of the arguments you hear on a lot of things.
Yeah,
probably some of the ones we make are more ideological than factually based, but I hope not.
Yeah, try not to. Dude, before I forget about it, dude, have you seen the shit, and this kind of ties back to the gun thing we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the shit where people are bitching that people don't need a permit to conceal carry assault rifles?
Yeah, that blows my mind. It's like, yeah, you don't need a permit to conceal carry a rifle because it's virtually impossible.
Yeah, like you're gonna have to pretend to have a broken leg, or like, you know what I mean? Like, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, Steven Crowder had a field day with that one. He got off a long, like, him and his little crew of people got a lot of jokes in on that particular one.
Yeah, I bet, dude. Like, how fucking, or dude, this was a while back, but apparently I think it was CNN or one of these sites was talking about how you could get a chainsaw attachment onto an AR-15.
I remember that. Yeah, that shit was funny as fuck.
Like, it's fucking Gears of War.
I think that might have been CNN.
Yeah, I think it was, dude. I'm pretty sure it was one of the major ones. It wasn't like a local station.
Yeah, AR-15 is now produced by the makers of fucking Fallout 4. Fucking
Gears of War. Gears of War had one like that too.
That's funny.
You guys are fucking retarded.
Oh man, you know what's a trip on a completely different note? Because we've been harping on the gun thing a lot, but I was just thinking, you know what, like the healthiest cereal is that I could find? I was looking through all these different cereals, and I'm like, all right, what's a healthy cereal? Like that's not just a waste of fucking money, and you're better off eating the box. Just Cheerios, man.
Yeah, I like Honey Nut Cheerios, dude.
But I mean, just regular Cheerios are the probably the healthiest for you. And I'm not saying Honey Nut Cheerios are bad. I like Honey Nut Cheerios too. I'm just saying, like, I was amazed.
Right.
Wait. Oh, the Geek Thulu is coming into the chat now. Oh, somebody must have reported to Geek Thulu what we were talking about. And we can go screw ourselves. That's cool, Geek Thulu, man. Nobody really gives a shit what you think, dude. Right on. You can way behind. You can go around and get as super angry and fucking take shit personally all you want, dude. That's right on. It's all you, brother. Sorry. Like just fucking wait for like an hour and 10 minutes in. Oh man. That's so fucking funny. Oh my god, you literally said like, look at this goofball. Why should we take anything a loser like him so seriously and shit? Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh my lord, holy that's shit. So funny.
Yeah, you can call that all you want, dude, but yeah, you're never going to convince me that you weren't just putting it up as in.
I stomped him on Twitter, dude.
Yeah. You're still trying to fucking say that was why you did it. That's fucking amazing. All right, Geek. You
just tuned in a little bit ago without anyone telling you about it. That's cool, man. We're still gonna laugh at you.
That's way behind, dude.
You got fucking your ass handed. He's caught up now. You were coming up with this. You're a pussy if you don't come on this. You're too much of a fucking coward. Blah blah blah. And I pointed out to you very clearly, man. I'm not really concerned about your opinion of me. I choose when, where, and how I confront people. It's nothing to do with talking behind somebody's back. You know, YouTube, Twitter, these are all public forums, dude. Anyone can come and take a look. Anyone can make their own video contradicting, or their own tweet contradicting me. And that's totally fine. You know, if you don't like that, that's just unfortunate, dude. I guess you're just not going to like it.
Yeah, and then the doxing thing, he did retract it. I guess I didn't know where the picture was from. I assume Stabby didn't either, and that's why he said it. You know, now that as soon as he found out that it was from Twitter, he fucking retracted it. But again, you know, you put it out there, fucking really fucking disingenuous of you to now try to claim you weren't putting it out there just to fucking goof on him, be like, hey, look at this guy, I think he looks goofy. You know, that's exactly what you were fucking doing.
No, Geek, you can talk shit all you want, dude. I don't care if you are or aren't. I'm criticizing silly shit I see on Twitter, Facebook, or not Facebook, because I'm not allowed on Facebook anymore. They don't let me back in anymore to play in their sandbox. I'll just make fun of stupid shit, man. No. It's called moving a goalpost. Right. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh, man. Dude.
Back to Cheerios. So it was a trip.
And really quick, Geek, the thing that I find really insulting about you is your insults are horrible. It's insulting how bad your insults are. Just put a little effort into them, dude, or have somebody write them for you.
Do better.
Like 9 times out of 10. Like, dude, that's fucking doesn't make sense, or it's just not. It's not good, dude. It's not clever. It's just fucking that. I find that insulting, dude.
Oh my lord,
it's worth a little bit of effort.
I had honestly, dude, I'd pretty much forgotten all that shit. I was like, I said my piece and moved on. It's so sad.
All right.
Anyway, back to cereal. So it's a trip, man. Like I was checking out all these cereals, and all the fucking super healthy granola cruncher bullshit has the same kind of sugar as the same amount of sugar as fucking Cocoa Puffs and Lucky Charms and shit. Blew my fucking mind, man. I was just like, God damn, Cheerios.
Well, they put it on the box. It is on the box about how good for your heart Cheerios is, dude. They advertise it pretty regularly.
I was surprised that literally the fucking hippy dippy, gluten free super healthy fucking, what do you call it? Superfood stuff. You know, like, oh, this has got the goji berries and all this other shit.
Oh,
it's like 5 grams of sugar for a half cup, which is like, I think maybe 2 grams less than like Cocoa Puffs or Lucky Charms.
Yeah, shit like Rice Krispies, shit that doesn't taste all that good. It turns out it still has a shitload of sugar in it.
Cheerios is like 1 gram of sugar for a whole cup. So like, you know, you buy this granola crunch stuff and it's like 5 grams of sugar for a half cup. That's like 10 times the amount of sugar.
Yeah, it's all natural though.
Per ounce, yeah. It was kind of a surprise.
Yeah, most of the shit that's marketed like that is, again, it's all fucking marketing, dude.
Yeah.
You know, they're just like, they have a demographic they want to try to sell to, and it's going to be people that are going to take advertisers' word for it for some reason. So yeah, you get a bunch of shit that's not remotely healthy, you know, but they kind of brand it that way. I remember, dude, Nutella did that. Nutella fucking got busted for doing that, man.
Oh, trying to say they were like super healthy?
Yeah, Nutella was trying to, without actually directly saying it, they were inferring that that Nutella, which if you've tasted Nutella, you know there's no fucking way it's healthy. But they actually got busted for it. For fucking,
not long ago, they changed their formula to add more sugar.
Yeah.
Literally, like that. It used to look lighter, and now it looks darker because they added more chocolate and sugar to make it more chocolate.
Yeah,
like,
not surprising.
They're not aiming for health; they're aiming for something that's really fucking good.
Yeah. Find some way to make it not sticky. That would be fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I enjoy the stuff, but I fucking I'm aware that it's not fucking healthy.
Oh, what's really good is taking a spoonful of Nutella and a spoonful of peanut butter and like stirring them together, and then get like a little tiny spoon, and then just eat little bits of it at a time, and it's like almost like a Reese's peanut butter cup, but already melted.
Yeah, dude, I do it on a croissant. I toast a croissant and put like peanut butter on one half, like, you know, cut it in half, put peanut butter on one half and Nutella on the other. That's fucking good.
Oh yeah. Oh, Mad Metal Man in the chat. Hey man. Yeah, we're just like going on about food now. We've gotten to that part of the fucking show where we're like, man, I really like this food, because I started talking about cereal, and you know, who doesn't like themselves a bowl of cereal?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna eat a lot of Cheerios. I love that Captain Crunch.
Yeah,
man. Like a peanut butter crunch, berry crunch. Damn,
man. Yeah, that stuff's a little Peru for your mouth.
Oh yeah. Well, you can't eat it every fucking day, man, unless you're like 4.
Right. You'll just have the roof of your mouth will just be fucking raw. But yeah.
Well, the other choice you can do is, and this is something I used to do when I was a kid. I had a weird thing with like food when I was younger. Count Chocula is good too, Mad Metal, definitely. Oh, I used to always let my cereal go soggy.
Mm-hmm. Those used to be real quick. Those used to be available year round. Am I right?
Yeah.
They didn't. Yeah. Now they're only out around Halloween or whatever.
Well, it's like Golden Snaps used to be Sugar Snaps. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So a lot of the like Count Chocula and the Boo Berry and stuff. Well, the Boo Berry, I don't know.
Yeah, no, all three of them, the Frankenberry, the Boo Berry, the Count Chocula, like right around Halloween, you'll get them, and I fucking buy a shitload of them because I love that cereal. But yeah, it used to be when I was a kid, that shit was available all the time. I'm fairly sure.
Oh, yeah. Captain Crunch doesn't taste the same without hints of blood. Thank you, Mad Metal. I could not agree more.
Okay, yeah.
Mad Metal. It's like in high school, I used to blend a lot of my food.
Like different cereals, you mean?
No, I mean literally put food through a food processor. Fucking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I put a couple of cereals together. I did it all the time.
No,
actually putting in the fucking blender.
Literally, I used to put fucking frozen burritos. I'd put them in a fucking blender. Corn dogs, obviously, I'd take them off the stick. Just fucking have like a paste. And what I'd do is, like, if I was going to put any sauce, like salsa or like ranch dressing or ketchup or anything on it, I'd put it in the blender with the food.
Oh,
it just come out like fucking.
It's fucking amazing.
I don't know why
I can't be bothered to chew my food. God damn it!
It's like the ultimate teenage laziness, I guess. I don't know, man. It was a trip.
Maybe
I don't know
not.
what was wrong with me.
Yeah,
I remember loving it so much, but I don't think I could bring myself to do it now.
Yeah, that is pretty weird, especially putting putting any of the ranch or any of that in is defeating the purpose. Isn't it? Like, you can't taste it if it's all just mixed in with everything, can you?
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I used to shave weird patterns in my head and wear like a literal dog collar to high school. So I mean, it was just there's a lot of weird shit going on in my head, I think, back then.
Yeah, right.
Oh man.
But yeah, blending your food. That's interesting.
I mean, Geek left. We were laughing at him too.
Yeah, no, he's probably still there, dude.
No, I think we got Mad Metal and Stench Ever right now.
Yeah.
It only shows me one. That's so weird. I always wondered about that. Yeah, no, protein shakes make sense though, because you kind of want to just suck those down. I mean, they're usually all right, but
right.
I don't know. My dad really likes that Carnation instant breakfast stuff, and I'm like, that's just chocolate milk, dude.
Well, they used to have
some fucking Nesquik.
They used to Carnation used to have an instant breakfast bar that was actually pretty decent. It would be like a chocolate chip flavored one. Those are all right.
I think they still do. I remember there being a bunch of different pre-made shakes, although they can't call them instant breakfast anymore. I forget what it's called now. It's super funny. It's like a Carnation instant
mid-morning meal.
Carnation breakfast essentials. Because they can't call it instant breakfast because it's like 200 calories and it's all sugar.
All right. I'm trying to see what the bars. They do still breakfast bars?
I think they do. I don't see any bars. I'm on their website right now. No, I'm on Target.
Yeah, no, actually, I'm seeing a Facebook page titled "Bring Back Original Carnation Breakfast Bars." So
that's clever.
Yeah. Oh wait, Carnation Breakfast Essentials Nutrition Bars.
So Target has 6 pictures of the Carnation Breakfast Essentials box, right? And there are 6 sides to the box, yet somehow not a single side of the box that they have pictured has any of the nutritional information.
That's fucking amazing. Yeah. See, no, these look different. The ones I was talking about they looked like the dips, like the you know what I'm talking about, the dips granola bars, covered in chocolate.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh no, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, I'm continuing to explain it like you didn't get it the first time I said it. My bad.
Well, I mean, they had to rebrand everything. I think they went through and changed a lot of their formulas too because they couldn't call it breakfast anymore.
That's crazy. All right, Mad Metal Man. He said it shakes part egg, part steak, and whey protein with mass builder. God damn. That is pretty metal. I'll give you that.
Yep. I still remember the jingle. You're gonna love it in an instant. Carnation instant breakfast. You're gonna love it in an instant.
Yeah.
I tried fucking doing that for breakfast for a while. I don't think I used Carnation. I found like a different brand that was like slightly more nutritious. And Jesus Christ, it was not filling at all. Like you drink. I even did like a double portion to like make it like 400 calories or 500 calories or something for breakfast. And you'd have it. I eat it at like 7:30. I'd drink this like big thick chocolate, breakfast shake. And then by like 9:30, I'd be like, I'm ready to die. I'm so fucking hungry. Man, I don't know how people do it. When you're talking about real smoothies where like it's like fruit and yogurt or like, real food, those are much more like those are filling, but those instant powder ones, there's just none that are real. Oh no, I did that space food one. What the fuck was that? That was a weird one. It was like engineered to be exactly a third of your daily nutritional needs, calories, vitamins, minerals, protein, sugars, fats, all of it, right? And it was the most god-awful tasting thing you've ever had in your life. And it thickened to like halfway between gravy and oatmeal, and you were supposed to drink it.
God damn, dude.
And it had little like lumps and seeds and shit in it. So you'd have to take a drink and then chew it weirdly. Oh god, it was the worst.
But it was filling, dude. Right. I guess so, dude. A lot of roughage in there, it sounds like.
Oh, Mad Metal says he knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, they were big on putting a bunch of different kinds of seeds. Like chia seeds are supposed to be like this super awesome, like healthy thing that you put in everything. Like there were definitely chia seeds in there, but there was like poppy seeds and other like sesame seeds and stuff. Yeah, I think it was space food. I want to call it space food. I don't know. But if you're out there, don't buy that.
Space food, since Tang apparently went to the moon with the astronauts. They still make Tang?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I can't remember seeing it on the shelves. Although, again, I haven't looked for it, but I haven't really noticed Tang on the shelves anymore.
Oh, it's 100% food.
Yeah.
Here, I can show you a picture of it, and you'll see what I'm saying. Here we go. This is what it was.
Oh, wow.
So you see how it's got like all these weird seeds and shit in it? And then like that little bit of powder is the chocolate powder on the bottom that really thickens up.
You know what that reminds me of? Looking at that? The fucking Thanksgiving dinner in a can.
You know what? You're right. That does. And it looks like chia seeds. There's sesame seeds up here, probably poppy seeds.
I wonder if your turds would come out with all little fucking growths, like a fucking chia pet.
Yeah, like a chia pet. Oh, they make Soylent. There's Soylent meal replacement. Unironically, that's fucking funny.
Wait, they use the name Soylent?
Yes, Soylent cacao. Ready to drink meal, 20% daily nutrition. So you have 5 of them a day. And it's a ready-to-drink meal.
Why would you use the word Soylent anywhere, dude?
Soylent Green is people, man.
That's
and 5 a day is 2,000 calories. It's 400 calories a piece. So, yeah.
Wow.
Although none of those are 20%, so you're not really getting a full complement of, like, dietary fiber and stuff.
Wow. I'm sorry. That's still blowing my mind that they would use the fucking word Soylent, dude.
Oh, but it gives you 20% of all the vitamins, the daily required vitamins and minerals.
Yeah. Well, it's fucking made from people, like you said.
And let's see, how many do you get for like $30? $37, you get
20 grams of human protein. You got it, Bad Metal.
How many are there in the box, though? Why does it not say this?
Yeah, that's proprietary information, dude.
I'm so confused. I guess it must be like a case. Like you must be buying like a case of 24 or something. But you'd have to drink 5 a day to like really get like replace all your meals with this. There was a dude that did something like that. I read his blog. And he didn't do it like in a tasty, fun way. He legit went and found like all this chemicals. Oh, Matt's here. Are you ready to go for a couple minutes? Sorry.
Yeah. Did you just use somebody's real name?
Engelhardt, Matt, me, Will. No?
Yeah. Ah, fuck. Sure. Yeah.
All right.
See what I can find.
Cool. Sorry, man.
All right. Okay. Let's see if I have anything on my list that's worth talking about.
I'm coming in. Once you start going, I'll go. I'm gonna fill in the fucking dead air.
All right. Fuck.
I know. I forgot that it was coming up on 10:30, and it's literally exactly 10:30 when he showed up.
All right. Let's see. All right. All right, you know what? Just go. If it's dead air, it's dead air. Mad Metal. If you got anything to fucking get out there, that's fine. trying to think of anything that's been going on, dude. Oh man. So, I've got for my son, I got a Sega Genesis emulator for him for Christmas. And he played it. I gave it to him on Christmas Eve. And he basically played it for pretty much till the next morning, till Christmas morning. And then I gave him like three PS4 games. And pretty much since then, he hasn't touched the thing. But I went through and I beat all the Sonic games. And then I was trying to challenge him to basically play those games because he's admittedly he's better than me at the first person shooters because he's played them a lot more. Like I'll kick his ass at like Skyrim or anything like that for the most part, mainly because I'll grind like a motherfucker. But I beat those games and I was trying to challenge him to I'm like, dude, just beat one of these games because I've got him on restriction because his grades are fucking shitty. I'm like, dude, I'll give you an extra hour a day if you can beat one of these games. In fact, I'll give you an extra hour to play them. And basically, he played them for about maybe a half an hour. He's like, no, I can't do it. I just fucking gave up. But yeah, no, I've played through all the Sonic games, and then there's some other ones. There's like 80 games, but like, Jesus, at least 30 of them are like the educational ones. That are really, they're just shit. But it's got the first 3 Mortal Kombats on it. It's got all 3 Mortal Kombats, which is pretty fucking cool, or I thought it was pretty fucking cool. But yeah, out of the 81 games, there's definitely a lot of filler. Just stupid little fucking games. And I'm trying to think of the last one I was playing. There's one called Rystar, which reminded me of Kirby. For some reason, I don't know if you guys ever played that one, but like you're this little star, like sun-looking character. Instead of like puffing shit in and then spitting it back out, it's basically like you reach out with your arms and you fucking headbutt it. But it basically reminded me of the Kirby series for some reason.
We're back.
Wunderbar.
Oh, hey. You're back, fellas. I was rambling, so I appreciate you being back.
Yeah.
And if you want to edit that, you can edit out my dumbass. I was talking about my Sega Genesis, Sega Genesis emulator thing I got for my son.
Oh dear God, I would
Christmas.
never edit any of the live casts we do.
It would take too much of a.
Shh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it doesn't have Earthworm Jim, dude. I was really disappointed at that, Mad Metal. I'm like, dude, how do you not have that fucking game, dude? That game was fucking hilarious.
I initially want to disagree with Engelhardt. It is not because I'm lazy at all, but I don't want to edit the podcast after the fact.
Yeah, no, I wasn't serious. You sound really quiet all of a sudden. I'm not sure if you're actually fucking talking to me.
He's not speaking directly into his balls. Balls, sorry.
If I turn that up, that should help. Does that help?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I'm about half a foot away from it, and he's facing the other direction. So, pro status.
Yeah, both of you are a little quiet. Hearth not as bad, but yeah, Stabby. I was literally like, I thought you were just talking at Hearth and not really talking on the stream.
Is that better? Are you getting a little more volume from the mic now?
Yeah,
okay.
It's a little better.
I just had to adjust the volume, the levels up because it's
Yeah.
So hello.
Yay. Hey,
the game's all here,
man.
Oh man.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Wait, did we really fuck up for a minute there, Dachwa? Could we have joined the blood sports by inviting Geek Thulu on to yell at me about not agreeing with him?
Yeah. No, we can. Well, I guess we could have offered, but I doubt he would come on here. I don't think that's his goal, to be honest with you. I don't think he would want to come on here and talk to us. I think he would want to try to get us on to his, and then have.
But we're nobody. Like we don't matter.
Or fucking somebody.
But you do it anyways. You do it anyways. They go, oh, here's another, group that's getting yelled at for some stupid ass reason.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And then it ends up being more positive for us because everyone knows that it's all bullshit that we're just getting yelled at.
We're amazing.
Yay!
And we look really good.
Yeah. We're sexy as hell, man.
Step 5, profit.
Yeah.
Fuck step 4. Nobody needs to talk about step 4. Nobody knows what happened.
No one knows step 4. Besides us.
So I wanted to mention one thing. There's this whole boycott the NRA thing, where they're trying to get like businesses to withdraw their like support from the NRA or anything like that.
All right.
Which is silly because a lot of the cases it's not really going to make any difference at all. But I wanted to point out that if you join the NRA today, you get this even if you just do like a 1-year thing for like $40, you get one of these free gifts. You get a hat, a knife, or your choice of either a black or camouflage duffel bag. That's not all.
But wait, there's more.
So let's say you pick that knife, right? You like continue on. You get a magazine subscription.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
So you can choose any one of these things, and you can either get it in digital or print.
Sweet.
So if you don't want your neighbors to know that you're an NRA member, sorry, I just had to.
I don't know. I think a bag that has the giant letters NRA might explain.
Yeah,
might
carrying that
reveal.
around.
Yeah, it's like a duffel bag that you won't want to carry anywhere.
Oh, well, and for only $1,500, you can actually join the NRA for a lifetime.
The MRI.
And you can split that into like monthly payments of like $25 for like 60 months or something like that. There's a bunch of different ways to split it up.
Yeah, that's good. They give you options. No, my dad was a member. I've never. I probably should be, but well, yeah.
If I was going to own a gun, I would probably definitely join it. I'm still sort of tempted just because if I ever buy a gun like that's probably who's going to offer like the safety classes, the most comprehensive ones.
Right.
Outside of probably the police. Like I think you can probably get a lot of gun safety classes through your local police or sheriffs, I would imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine you can get a safety training class through either that or some sort of third-party organization that they certify.
Oh, Mad Metal Man has been a lifetime member since 2005. Dude, not bad.
Nice. Yeah. No, I do almost want to join just on principle, dude.
I don't want to join just because people are like, United Airlines is like, we're not going to offer really cheap group rates for your guys to go to conventions.
Right.
Take that, NRA.
Well, yeah, judging by United's recent history, I got to think anything that they think is a bad idea is probably a good idea.
Yeah, really. They didn't fare too well over that whole, beat the hell out of the passenger, throw him off the plane thing. Even though I fully side with United on that. I still do.
Really?
I absolutely do.
For beating the shit out of somebody?
Not for beating the shit out of the guy, but for trying to remove the guy, and that was all part of the contract in the beginning, man. Like, he signed up. That's all part of how that works. Everybody knows.
That's such. I mean, that's such a bad business practice.
No. The way they handled it was a bad idea. It was super, super stupid the way they handled it, bringing in the security guards. Though, to be fair, the security guards weren't United. Those were from the airport, and they went way too far.
Oh, yeah.
They could have subdued that guy a lot less physically.
Yeah.
But United was fully within their rights.
Yeah, United was also the one that bumped that chick from first class for the congresswoman, right?
Oh, yeah, that was really dumb, too. I think that was still within like the basic contract. Like, when you buy an airplane ticket, you're really gambling on whether you're going to get to go if it's popular. In a lot of cases, they can pretty much throw you off the plane for fucking any number of reasons and just be like, oh, we'll just fly you later. Like, what do you mean later?
Yeah. It's a little...
Yeah. It's really a really shitty system.
So I guess, it's not so much legality, whether it's correct or not.
Yeah.
Morally, it's fucked up.
I would fully agree that system should be changed.
Yeah.
I just don't think that you should be blaming United because some cogs in the system did exactly what the system tells them to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The overbooking thing, I think, is actually kind of dumb because it's
I agree. And that's one of those things that needs to change.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's just United.
No. Rules need to be changed.
The issue that happened, it's like the one person that gets in trouble that kind of puts a little bit of everybody on notice. United was just the one that got in trouble.
Yeah, and that's why I side with United. I'm just like, I side with them just on the general principle of like, well, until that bump for the senator thing, that's pretty shitty. But
it shows that it's like, it doesn't matter if you're a paying customer or not. If there's someone who just paid more money, then you can piss off. And that's not.
Oh yeah.
And that's not cool. It's like, hey, no, I'm still a customer. The thing you should have done is not overbook. You know, if we have tickets, like if you're selling at a theater, selling tickets to a theater or like a movie theater or whatever, you're not gonna. If you have 50 seats, you're not gonna sell 51 tickets. You're gonna sell 50 tickets.
Oh, apparently, Akinawa says it's probably only in the U.S. It's not in Europe because he's never heard about that kind of thing going down in Europe.
Go figure. Where
makes me wonder that they have better regulations regarding that. So it sounds like one of those cases where
wait, us being behind on regulating things.
Yeah.
What? Since when? We're always like top of the line, always front on like regulation and what to do, but ahead everybody else. And if anyone did not catch the amount of sarcasm, I could spread that on toast in the morning. It's just ridiculous.
Toast. I just thought of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. A toast, and then everybody throws bread at the screen.
Yes. Sorry, personal opinion. I guess that's why we're here.
Oh, yeah. I think it's probably it boils down to what's allowed legally and what's not. It's one of the things why I don't go for that whole anarcho-capitalist bullshit. If you just take all the regulations away, everything will work out perfectly.
No, it won't.
Yeah. It's like, there's a lot of regulations we don't.
No, the reason why we have a even relatively functioning civilization is due to like regulation and laws and all this kind of understanding, like stability.
We'd still have a civilization. It just wouldn't be one that everybody would like as much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
everybody would be really getting fucked over, dude.
Yeah. It'd be like, you think we're getting fucked over now?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like this is how bad it is with regulations. How can you possibly think without regulations it would be better?
I mean, think company
fucking blows my mind.
Yeah, because apparently everyone follows their moral compass to a T. You know, it's like everyone's like, oh no. Now that we have no regulations, let's all be the nicest of people and treat each other with respect every single day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we'll hug,
and we'll get rid of the police.
Yeah, we'll get rid of the police because that's the thing.
No, that's
everybody will just behave themselves if you get rid of the police, right?
If you get rid of the police, then everyone should have a gun.
Well, I think everybody should have one now, but not everybody. There's clearly some felons that I don't think should be armed.
I think having the choice to be able to or not, like you shouldn't have to. Like
obviously.
If we live in a world that it's like no, you're gonna need this. Like, whoa, man, no, I shouldn't have to need it. I shouldn't have to be like. I shouldn't have to have like next to my wallet and my cell phone and my keys is like a 9mm. Like
I look at.
We insist, sir. Take the goddamn gun.
It's like
that's only in Texas.
Yeah.
If you move to Texas, they give you obviously violent felons, bad metal man, violent felons. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's about 9.5 minutes is the average nationwide for police response time.
Yeah.
And so for me, that's the thing where I'm like, I kind of wish I had a gun, kind of thing. It's like, I mean, I've got my knives to play with, but like that's not gonna do the same thing. Although then again, I think that's probably counting like rural areas against like city areas. So
yeah, and that's the problem with making stuff that covers like goes beyond maybe county. Like county law, or if you go to state law even.
Yeah.
Like certain, like California is kind of a unique monster because we have so much rural and then so much like city and like metropolis.
Oh, we just have so many fucking people, period, man.
Yeah, and it's just the different, amounts of people and how different everyone is. So it's hard to make laws that don't somewhat screw over people. or at least not hit somebody's personal interest, or it goes against it.
I like Mad Metal in the chat. When seconds count, cops are only minutes away.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm definitely one person who's all for gun ownership and be able to protect yourself. I have one of my roommates is damn near armed to the teeth,
Oh, like, you're lucky.
Like, if the shit hits the fan, and like I need to be top to bottom armed. I'm not kidding, almost Kevlar armed. He's a good guy to be around, and I'm not even for a second afraid of like anything bad happening with him. So it's like, you know, he's super safe and super understanding. It's like, I know.
Now, does he have food, or is he just planning on using his guns to go and to kill other people and take their food?
He's kind of supplied with better quality bars than the ones you gave me.
Well, that's what I was saying.
I've actually tried one of those just to see. It's like, can I make a video out of this without vomiting?
Well, how was it?
It was rough, man.
Oh wow.
It was a little rough. Like I tried the blueberry one to try to like. So what I'm talking about, to add context to people who don't know,
look it up.
I've been having this back and forth. I'm trying to make a video of like a survival guide where it's like we have these ration bars, and each of them are flavored. Like, you picked like the weirdest flavors, like coconut and apricot and peach, and lemon.
I bought an assorted pack.
Well, apparently their assorted pack is
just
just
survival food. They're not supposed to be like.
Yeah, it's like the strangest flavors ever. And so I picked like what I would figure would be the safest one, which was like the blueberry. And that it tasted like blueberry scented chalk.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's like, yeah, you're literally eating this to make sure you don't die. Like they're
like 5-year shelf life, stable bars, food bars that are 400 calories a piece.
So the purple one.
Yeah.
Which apparently means blueberry.
But they have tropical fruit, raspberry, orange, blueberry, and apricot and lemon.
Oh man.
Oh, and coconut.
Yeah, I know. That's.
I thought they were okay. Like, they're not terrible.
Like,
they're not good.
If I had to eat to live it, like,
that's what they're there for.
It's like you're gonna die, man. It's like, I don't know, dude. I might want to go rob somebody instead. It's tempting.
Oh, I can't quite reach. But I have much more palatable, like, emergency stuff, like granola bars and.
I guess the one thing I shouldn't give a crap about is, you know, the world's ending and I need to like eat to survive. I guess the last thing I'd be worried about is how a bar tastes.
Oh. What is it? Oh, Dates Watsikoff. I finally had to pee. He's like, God damn it! There's another person. I can finally go to the bathroom.
He's finally.
But I've got tons of sardines.
Nice.
I have a ton of these. These are so fucking good. Oh, let's see the chat. I forgot. I keep forgetting to pull the chat back down.
So professional.
Akino did the military rations.
Nice.
Yes, Mad Metalman. They do look, in fact, absolutely terrible.
Yeah, they look as bad as they taste.
Yeah, I was looking at like a lot of the MRE videos that I've seen, like the European ones, especially the Eastern European ones, actually look pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm.
They got like kashka, which is like a grain and beef sort of stew, like heavy, thick stew thing.
Yeah,
almost like a porridge. Well, you give shotgun slugs and wild hogs. There you go. You know, technically, I'm not sure if you can legally kill them, but my city is full of turkeys. And they're always getting in traffic, and I feel like I should be able... let's see... I should have... I don't know if I have a can or a bottle opener. Wow, I think this might be...
No, Chucky, no. Sorry, finish your thought.
Oh, that's a bottle opener.
Good.
I have all these knives and nothing to open bottles with. How ironic.
Shame.
You know, they fucking... I'm sure I've brought this up, though, that when they reintroduced turkeys to our city. And literally, like, we live in a city, so I don't understand why they thought turkeys were necessary.
Because it's turkeys, dude.
And they just fucking run around in little fucking flocks and get in the road and stop traffic and shit.
Have you ever flexed on a gang of turkeys?
Have you ever what?
Flexed. Have you never heard this term? Like flexing on somebody.
No, I'm trying to figure out how you flex on a gang of turkeys. Like, you just lunge in front of them to, like, get them worked up?
Yeah, pretty much it's just instigating.
I've tried to see how close I can get before they freak out. Turns out very close.
I'm just trying to think of having somebody picture that when you say, like, have you ever flexed on a bunch of turkeys, man? Do you live proud?
Yeah. No, I always try to see how close I can get to wild animals. It's probably not the best plan.
No. I'm just going to leave it there. No.
I once spent an hour at the coast, well, probably more than an hour, slowly working myself within a couple of feet of a flock of geese.
Geese are, man, I do not mess with geese.
I got to sit and watch them the whole time. It was pretty fun. And like I just moved forward like a little bit every couple of minutes. I'd move like a half an inch. Mm-hmm. And then eventually they were fine with me being super close. It was fun. I don't know. I'm weird about that. I tried to get close to a deer, but then it ran away.
That's hard.
It had antlers.
Deers are like, screw this shit. My cousin got shot by one.
Yeah. Well, that was actually out at the beach too, ironically enough. I'm not sure, in all honesty, if I saw like a fucking mountain lion, if I'd be like, I bet I can pet it.
I'm going to pet the mountain lion. And those are the last words that Stabby said.
Yeah. At some point, try and see if your rig can run VR chat.
Right.
There is a potential that we're going to actually try to do a hangout from VR chat.
Ooh.
So,
I like this idea.
Because you can play VR chat without the virtual reality. You can just run it like on a keyboard and mouse.
Okay.
You just can't like move your hands around and see all the cool things like everybody with the VR sets can.
Oh, okay.
But you can just walk around with your mouse and talk and all that stuff. That's essentially all it is. It's just like a chat room in, more than just text. It's just talking with other people and running around. Definitely like watch some videos or something if you can. But I might be able to figure out how to stream it too. So we can actually stream the Hangout Chatterbox from VR chat in like a virtual set. Or even running around with other people and stuff. So,
that'd be cool.
Something I want to try to do.
Wow.
Let's see. Akinara says, my friend one time drove a car and found a dog on the side of the road. He took it to the vet, and the vet was in a panic because it was a fucking wolf. And said it would fucking kill them in their car if it had woken up. Oh, man. Oh, Bad Metal Man. I do, in fact, know Dewey. I know Dewey.
You know Dewey.
Do you know Dewey? I know Dewey.
You know Dewey?
Brother, do you know Dewey of Diabola?
But I do know Dewey.
Brother, the skin of the devil. Oh, man. I've never been a Knuckles, though. I'll be honest. That's the one thing. I've never been on VR chat. I never was a Knuckles.
So good.
It's a dead meme. They really don't see it anymore.
I know. I missed it. I missed out. I missed out on knowing Dewey.
Spit on the false queen. Oh, man. Yeah, that was a trippy one. I saw a really hilarious video where this guy who is really good at singing improvised the way into all these different songs. So, like, whatever the main chorus was, it would just be like, do you know the way or the way,
Nice.
I'm trying to think. No, I can't think of any of them off the top of my head. God damn it. Motherfucker. Ain't no sunshine when you don't know the way. Instead, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Like that kind of shit. And he had this really good voice. Man. I think he was auto-tuned as well.
I don't care. That's beautiful.
It was still really brilliant.
That's creative.
It is. It's so hard to be mad at the Knuckles because it is so like ridiculous and silly.
Yeah, I can appreciate a good meme.
I have occasionally played Brain Ball with the Knuckles.
Brain Ball?
Brain Ball, where you try to fuck with their brain until they just run away.
Oh, okay.
And so I would just go off on like just turn the way into like a Zen thing, chasing them down, yelling like the way finds you. The only way to know the way is to not know the way. The way is a way of not being the way. $14.99, one low way. just like nonstop for like a good 5 minutes and not repeating myself until the knuckles just went, ah!
No.
Just left.
It burns.
Left the world entirely. He just ran off, opened a portal, and was gone.
Tore a hole.
That shit was hilarious. I don't know if I could do that again. It was just one of those spur of the moment things. I'm not sure if I recorded that or not.
Damn it.
Oh.
A golden moment.
But I think there's a lot of potential for the VR chat stuff, just for like the fun and the difference of it.
Yeah.
And for only $600, you could get an HTC Vive and do VR.
Ooh, doggy.
I just figured out that I'm going to have enough to get one of the mixed reality headsets.
Ja.
So it's like the VR, but not as expensive.
Ja.
So I'm pretty happy about that.
Ja.
Ja.
Ja. Okay, what happened to Day 12? That's not pissing.
Uh-oh. I hope he's okay.
Oh, no, I'm back, man. Sorry, I just got back.
He's probably sitting there just like, no, let him talk. I don't have to do shit. I can just sit here and listen.
Or he was like, man, I'm taking a magazine and I'm going to go take a shit because this is the first time I've ever gotten to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of a damn podcast.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
no, it's something going on. My sister, her daughter, she had to take the daughter to an emergency room for something.
Oh, I hope everything's all right, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess she was they went to the carnival here, and then I guess a little bit later, she was having like pains in her chest and her back. So,
ooh, yeah. Oh, that's always scary.
Yeah,
and you hope it turns out to be like weird gas or something, but yeah, you never can be sure.
Yeah.
No, my mom had that.
Yeah.
Literally, like chest pains and stuff, like she was having a heart attack, went down, and it was legit gas. So,
dude, my ex's sister, when she first met her now her husband, apparently was so afraid to fart in front of him, and he was there like the whole time that she literally ended up going to the emergency room from the pain of holding in her gas.
oh my god, dude, that's so bad. But I can still see it.
Like, what you do? You step out, though. It's
Oh,
like, hey,
can't let this guy know that I fart.
How bad did he feel?
He just told her, like, dude, I know that happens. It's not a big deal. You don't need to go to that fucking
ass in front of me.
Oh my gosh. Isn't that like supposed to be one of those things that seals the relationship though?
What?
The first fart in front of the other person where they're like, ha ha ha, and then everybody's like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
The girlfriend.
No, yeah, for my ex, dude, I gave her the thumbs up. I was like, yeah, nice.
Yeah, mine's definitely like, that's definitely a ball and chain when I fart. So
yeah.
That's not just like, oh, okay, that exists. I'm like, dear God, that's weapons grade.
I used to work with this chick who was super fucking hot. And boy, man, when she farted, it was so bad. There was one time in the kitchen where she just like ripped one. Because you work when you don't get to take breaks or leave for lunch. You really get to know your coworkers.
Yeah.
But she let one off in the kitchen thinking she was alone, and one of the clients came in after, and he was like, God damn, what died? He had to leave the room. She was like, it was me. It was just like, dude, wow.
Why are my eyes?
Oh man, it was great.
I went to rehab with a dude like that. Actually, we ended up at the same fucking sober living house too. Like his were like so fucking noxious, like literally like fucking make you gag, dude. Like it was that fucking disgusting.
I've had that.
Like at first he'd be like, oh, that's that CVH food, like the food from the fucking rehab. And then and he would still be claiming that like a month later, and I'm like, dude. It's not the fucking food. That's well out of your system, dude. You just have fucking weapons grade fucking flatulence, dude.
I have thought about calling our Department of Defense and seeing if I can bottle it and sell it off to them.
Sell it off.
If not, I'm sure I get a nice fair price on the black market. I wouldn't doubt that for a second.
The guy I knew who had the really bad ones, it would literally make you like gag and leave the room. His diet consisted, at least half of it, of just melted cheese that he would pour Tabasco sauce on.
Oh,
wow.
I mean, he would take about an inch thick slice of cheese off of like a block of cheese, microwave it for like a good 30, 45 seconds until it was just like a gooey mess that you could kind of spin on a fork like spaghetti, and then just douse it with hot sauce, spin it up, and then eat it.
Damn, dude.
And then like he would do things like eat cheese. He would just, or like pizza, he would order like cheese pizza with extra cheese.
No.
And literally just eat the cheese off the top and leave everything else.
Why?
I don't know.
For one, that's okay. Hold on. For one, that's desecrating pizza. Diet.
Yeah, I agree.
That is sacrilege on pizza. Come on.
Unless you're getting something like the worst fucking like microwaved pizza from like Chuck E. Cheese or some shit. In which case, who cares what you do with it? Probably shouldn't eat it. So like a poor man's fondue, except without the part where you dip other foods in the cheese, exactly like a fondue.
Just skip the step, dude. He's like, I don't need to dip anything in it. I'm just eating the cheese.
So one thing, we're talking fondue. There's a place called the Melting Pot, and I've only seen it. I've only been to it down south.
Okay, now I'm hungry.
Best place to go. It's super tasty. I only went there for dessert. Best decision of my life.
Yeah, I took the ex there for Valentine's Day one year. It's fucking great, dude. It's really good shit.
I'm guessing like a chocolate fondue.
It's a bowl. It's a nice, melty, hot bowl of chocolate, and they give you stuff like fruit and pretzels and other crackers.
I used to do a lot of
angel food cake.
Chocolate. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was just so good.
I used to like every couple of weeks do like chocolate dipped strawberries and like blackberries and raspberries and stuff. Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
That's the thing, man.
But yeah, the regular food there is really fucking good too, man.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it.
So, got the Untitled Studio stamp of approval.
We'll have to go to
like that has a lot of value to it.
We'll have to go down to like Arizona at some point and fucking go to like the Melting Pot.
Yeah.
And then we'll get there and be like, build the wall. Because it's the Melting Pot.
No,
sorry.
Yeah. You sure you don't have any kids running around there? Because that's a pretty hefty dad joke.
Oh, man. So there were these two skeletons in VR chat earlier today making pun jokes. And I looked at them and I'm like, what, is this a joint? Damn it, now I can't fucking remember the joke.
Oh, no.
Oh, a joint venture.
A joint venture.
Because they were two skeletons making puns.
Oh, Jesus.
So, joint venture.
That's pretty good.
Nobody got it, or nobody wanted to admit they got it. I couldn't tell which. Because sometimes you make that joke so bad that everybody just goes, I'm not going to acknowledge this so that he doesn't try anymore.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just don't catch it.
Like, if I have to acknowledge it, I'm going to have to shame you for how bad that was. So they just ignore it.
Good, sir. So Mad Metal Man says, man, I'm smoking and you all are talking about some good foods, damn it. And then he said, it's a joint. Go figure. Oh, man. Real life puns.
God damn. Dude, you guys ever had the Bacon King from Burger King?
Yes, I have actually had the Bacon King from Burger King.
Nope.
It's fucking pricey. It's like $8, dude. But goddamn, that thing's fucking good.
It is delicious. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's I actually stopped eating fast food on any kind of regular basis. So every once in a while, I'll like really kind of splurge.
Yeah. That and the Bacon Ultimate Cheeseburger from fucking Jack in the
Box. I usually don't go anywhere else besides Taco Bell. That's my vice. It's cheap. It's nice. Like, it's just super quick.
Taco Bell, because Taco Bell's good. Like, don't get me wrong. I love me some Taco Bell, but like, you never go Panda or like.
No. See, I'm thinking fast food. Like fast food. Like, that's Taco Bell.
Panda is fast food.
It is, but it's like it's set up slightly different. Like when I'm thinking, you go through a drive-through. So I'm thinking like McDonald's, Burger King, Jack in the Box, Wendy's, Taco Bell, like stuff like that. That's kind of, this is what I'm thinking the realm. I find Panda.
Wendy's, the triple burger.
See, the thing is
the Baconator.
I haven't been to Wendy's because the last time I went, I actually got food poisoning.
Damn.
Yeah. And I was sitting there like the funny thing was I didn't initially go there to like, I brought my friend to get because he wanted to go.
Yeah.
We were gonna go do something else, and he's like, "Oh, dude, I want to stop by Wendy's on the way back." And so like, okay.
Man,
so I just got a burger off of the whim. I was like, sure, I'll get one. It's Wendy's burgers. I'm sure they're fine. So I had just got one burger. Didn't get a meal, nothing like that. Just the one burger.
Just the one burger, and
I ate
was the wrong one.
Man, I was destroyed.
Oh, it's too bad.
Ooh, and
it's crazy. Yeah, I've never had that. I've had Taco Bell give me food poisoning, but I've never had Wendy's.
Oh yeah, I've had plenty of Taco Bell. Plenty. Nothing.
Well, I used to eat Wendy's 5 days a week because I worked at the Costco that's across the parking lot from Wendy's, and the 99-cent burgers and stuff are pretty decent sized and good.
Nice.
And so literally just for lunch I'd go over and get the biggie drink, and they'd let you come back and refill it if you worked at Costco.
Nice.
As a courtesy, because we were right across the way.
Yeah.
And so we got to go in and just get it for lunch, and then go refill it on your break, and then go refill it again on your way home. Love that lemonade. Oh, that was so thirst quenching.
So since we're on the topic of food, and we're gonna torture, what's this guy?
Mad Middleman.
Mad Middleman. Actually, hi, by the way. I haven't seen his face too much, but I've also been on and off lately. So
yeah, he was on a couple of times ago. So he's a lot of fun.
Cool. Well, nice to meet you, man. If I haven't already done that. Anywho, I spent a good chunk of time today watching a YouTuber known as Strictly Dumpling. Strictly Dumpling? Yes.
I've never heard of this, but I want to now.
So he does pretty much. It's a food show, and he's done stuff. Or at least I was watching a bunch of stuff of different South Korean foods, like places to go in Seoul, and he was down in Vietnam and also Taipei, and all these different foods, and pretty much good value.
So he travels and eats.
He travels and eats.
Oh, the guy I've seen that does that is the Food Ranger.
Okay, so I'm sure there's plenty.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but so I was watching a handful of his, and one thing that was fascinating was one episode of a 7-Eleven in, I think, Vietnam, in the airport, just outside the airport.
Some weird Asian country.
I forget what it was, because I was watching stuff in Saigon and stuff in Seoul and stuff there's a few different places.
Asian country. I mean, just food in Asian countries is really weird to us.
And so it was going to go to a 7-Eleven that was outside of the airport. And so for us that live in America, a 7-Eleven, you're not getting something good if you're going to a 7-Eleven. And so he's showing this 7-Eleven off, and it is amazing. This thing looks like a restaurant, like a grocery store almost. Oh. It is ridiculous. For one, it's twice the size of any 7-Eleven I've probably ever seen. But it has breakfast, lunch, and dinner in this thing of all just ramen noodle cups and just shrink wrap packaged stuff, and everything looks delicious. And apparently, to his opinion, everything tastes delicious, and it's it's all sorts of food.
Japan has way higher standards for prepackaged food, so it's a whole different level if you're getting canned food or frozen TV dinners even over there.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's a similar situation,
something like that. Yeah,
in Vietnam like that.
Yeah, and it's the one thing I find interesting is a convenience store there is apparently nowhere close to what we're going to have here, but they're just so much better.
Yeah.
It looked amazing, man. I wish we had that here. It's we got to step up our game because we look silly. We're looking silly.
Well, I mean, in Japan, people sleep in public all the time, and it's perfectly safe. It's not a good idea here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if the cops don't roust you, somebody's just going to steal from you. So I mean.
So it's I'm just seeing that. I was like, man, I love that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's only.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you've eaten dog though, so I mean.
Yeah, it's true. I have.
Can we really trust your palate?
Yeah, actually, because I've had a lot weirder stuff.
I've eaten a lot of weird foods. I used to work with people who were first generation in the country from different Asian countries, so. There was always weird stuff that they'd want to get the white guy to eat. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of weird shit.
No, I don't doubt that for a second.
They just didn't count on, I'm a fat white guy, so I'm not turning any kind of food down.
Did you actually enjoy it, though? It's is it yeah, sure, I'll try it, and then you're barfing for the next 2 hours?
I mean, there's not much I've had that I don't like. You can tell. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you can hear me patting my belly as I'm laying back in my chair in the hangout, but it was epic. It's just that perfect amount of air cupped.
God damn.
Oh, let's see.
Sorry, I'm kind of doing the chat thing here with Mad Metal. I was talking about Culver's. You guys ever read of Culver's?
No, I don't think we got Culver's around here.
Okay, it's based out of Wisconsin, so it's pretty hardcore as far as fucking. It's really good. They have like my favorite's like the double bacon cheddar butter burger. Ugh. So it's got to be incredibly fattening, dude. But
it sounds like
they have fried their sides. They have one side which is fried cheese curds, which is fucking fantastic, dude.
Good. I feel my heart rate slowing slightly.
I feel my arteries hardening just listening to this.
It's like they just constricted. Just
I've never had the fried curds. Have you ever had the fried pickles? Deep fried pickles?
Oh my god!
I typically haven't. Pickle chips. I haven't gotten anything unconventionally deep fried.
Oh, those are phenomenal. If you ever get a chance.
Yeah. Breaded and fried fucking pickle chips, dude. Fantastic, dude.
I might have tried pickled chips, but not like a pickle.
Oh yeah, not just like frying a pickle.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, are you thinking just like a deep fried pickle? Because it's like
they're just
I meant like the little pickle chips, like French fried. Yeah.
Okay, it's like
they're a little thicker than what you would get on a burger. Like probably at least twice as thick as what you'd normally get on a burger. Yeah. But yeah, breaded and fried, dude. Fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Yep, with ranch, because ranch goes with everything.
Yes, if I have my deep fried pickle chips, I want it with ranch. Smothered in fat.
I like ranch on everything. Although now I'm starting to really like sauerkraut on everything.
Yeah.
Did you finally try it? I did. I finally tried it, and it is the best ever. I'm going to start making it.
Dude, I fucking love that shit, dude. Yeah, it's one of those things that it's literally you either love it or you fucking hate it, dude. And I fucking love sauerkraut, dude.
Oh, with like a Polish sausage? It's the fucking best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's what I was telling you. There's a place up in Tempe called Ted's Hot Dogs, which, again, it's the only one. All the other ones are in the Buffalo, New York area. There's one other Ted's Hot Dogs in the world, and it's in Tempe. Yeah, that's what I get every time is a fucking Polish sausage, and I'm like, I want, I tell them I want extra, I want a bunch of sauerkraut, and whenever they put it on there, and I'm like, can you put a little more? Because it goes so fucking well with the Polish sausage, dude.
And it's just cabbage.
Yeah,
it's just cabbage that's been pickled. That's all it is. It's so fucking good.
Nice.
Yeah.
You make it, you stuff a bunch of fucking shredded cabbage and salt in a jar. When the salt leaches the water out from the cabbage, you then pickle it in the water that the salt made for like a month, and then it's sauerkraut ready to go.
Yeah, nice. Dude, my grandmother would make that shit with I guess it's apparently she's Polish. Apparently it's a Polish thing to mix in bacon with it, like bacon bits with it. And that's the way she would always make it. And again, just fucking amazing, dude. Really good.
I want to do that, but at the same time, I want to pickle a few things without meat before I tackle anything with meat in it.
Put the recipe down.
Yeah, exactly. Get used to doing it. Oh, we got a lot of Napa cabbage around here, which is it's like a cabbage, but it looks more like a head of romaine lettuce. And it's a little more tender and delicate than your standard like cabbage you find that's in the little ball.
Right.
But it's the same basic flavor. Like it's about the same flavor. So good.
Yeah, that's good because cabbage really is pretty much the density of a softball, dude.
Yeah. Oh man, I love me some cabbage. I don't know why. I actually will just like fry up cabbage and eat it.
So welcome to the Food Network podcast.
Yeah. I'm hungry, man.
I don't know why.
Talking about food and now I'm like really hungry and I'm like, God damn it.
That's the one thing that I just start craving. Like when I was binging those videos, it's like I'm just craving going and getting me some freaking like kimchi and noodles, man.
Ooh, I don't think I've ever had kimchi.
Kimchi is delicious. And for those, do you like spicy?
I'm good with spicy, yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of it is the way it's cooked. It's cooked in like a chili paste and a vinegar, and it's pretty much essentially cabbage for the most part.
Oh, so it's just like another form of fucking sauerkraut. Essentially, it's just like Asian sauerkraut.
It's just the kind of like sauce that they use that they soak it in, and so if it can be from something that's pretty mild and a little tangy to like just straight fire for your mouth. Like.
Yeah, Mad Metal brings up, I guess, the German recipe he thinks is a lot better. There's actually, dude, there's a place in Carlsbad. Like my mom has a timeshare there in Carlsbad. There's a place just down the road called Tip Meats that makes it's a German dude that moved here from, well, I would imagine Germany. That's fantastic. It's pretty cool. Like there's like in the back there's a restaurant. And then the rest of it's like a little grocery store with shit that he imports from all over the world. Like almost all of it's from Europe.
Oh, interesting.
But it's all different kinds of shit from all over the world. And they have like bricks of like Belgian chocolate, like milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate. Just these chunks of Belgian chocolate. It's fucking fantastic.
So you're saying milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and fake chocolate?
Yeah. Either way, it tastes delicious, dude. It's not real chocolate, but it's it's still good shit.
No, I'm a full believer in white chocolate because when I make fudge, it's a double layer, and I use dark chocolate and white chocolate.
Oh, interesting.
And it comes off just great. So happy.
Dude, my mom actually came up with a recipe that's incredibly easy for making fudge, where all you do is take a can of evaporated milk and then just throw in whatever flavor you want. And then basically then just all you got to do is melt it all together, pour it into a pan, and that's it. And it actually comes out pretty fucking good.
Oh yeah, I've done that a couple times.
You can even be lazier with it.
Oh, you can?
Just nuke the shit. You don't even have to put it in a pan. Like I get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll break it up. I'll put it in a bowl, like a nice big bowl. Throw it in the microwave. Nuke it for 30 seconds. Stir it up. Try to break up as much as you can. If there's some chunks left, you throw it in there for like another 30, and then you put some. I think it's vanilla extract for the dark chocolate. Put in a tablespoon. Pour that in there. Mix it all in there. Pour it in as the bottom layer.
Little peppermint extract.
You can put pepper. Well, you can put peppermint. I use vanilla, but I wanted to try. I would want to try peppermint just to see if I can get that. How much that flavor will stand out.
Oh, it does. My sister does it every so often. She'll like peppermint extract and just crush peppermint candies over the top.
Nice.
Dude, the best one I had from that easy recipe or whatever is you take the Reese's candy bars, which is essentially the same as Reese's peanut butter cup, but in candy bar form. You take like 3 or 4 of those, and mix it in with the evaporated milk, and that chocolate peanut butter fudge taste is really freaking good.
And I've given up candy. Except for special occasions, so I hate you all, by the way.
You can all go die in a hole.
Oh, man. The last time I had candy was 3 months ago.
Wow.
I had a couple pieces.
That's amazing, dude. I wish I could fucking pull that off. Wait, you survived
Christmas without having a single piece of chocolate?
Oh, no, Christmas. Yeah, no, he was right. Yeah, I had some fudge on Christmas.
Okay. Because I was like, man,
you either have... that was like 2 months ago.
You either have an iron well or
your area code. That doesn't count.
What's that?
Yeah, I was thinking it was Halloween. Oh, go ahead.
It's a whole different area code, so it doesn't count.
If you distance yourself, there's a
limit. No, it still counts.
You're out of the not eating chocolate jurisdiction.
Oh, Mad Metal Man, he feels me. He doesn't do candy anymore. No. The last time I went to the doctor, they were telling me my blood sugar was high, and I was like, maybe eating candy like snack food is bad. And so I was like, I just have to stop eating candy.
Yeah.
And then I had some on like Halloween. I had like 3 or 4 pieces, and then on Christmas I had a couple pieces of the fudge.
Yeah. You know, my solution to that problem is I don't go to the doctor.
You know, I like that solution, but at the same time, I feel like that's not going to work for me.
Yeah, no, I really need to fucking stop, dude, because I eat entirely too much sweets.
I'm not as concerned.
It's kind of a side effect of the medication, like because it's an opiate-derived medication. Opiates, man, it's opiates and sweets, dude, really together, man. Because I noticed, like, when I was off of everything, like I didn't. My second time in rehab, when I again quit everything, no maintenance meds or anything. I had bought like a bunch of candy because I was used to eating candy, and within like a week, it just sat there. I didn't fucking eat it anymore. So yeah, I have a really tough time staying away from fucking sweets, dude.
Oh yeah, opioids will get you. Oh my god, my brain just went so blank.
Yeah, even the maintenance meds, even though they're they're not exactly opiates, but they are. You know what I mean? It's enough to still fucking kick in that sweet tooth.
Oh yeah. Oh, what was it I was going to say? Oh, because you were saying you don't go to the doctor. I had to go to a different doctor once to get one of my medications renewed. Mm-hmm. It's meloxicam, which is like an anti-inflammatory painkiller thing or something. It's like ibuprofen on crack. Mm-hmm. And he heard the blood sugar and he was like, "Really?" And so now I kind of wonder if it really was high or if my doctor was just trying to get me to not eat as much. Mm-hmm. She was just like trying to get me to stop eating. She's like, I bet I can make him less fat if I tell him candy is bad.
I mean, it also might be like a knee jerk. It's like you might want to do this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It might be like a step in a good direction.
Yeah.
Nah, and it's been several years since I've had my cholesterol checked. There's no way it's gotten better. But yeah, mine was like I think anything. What is it? Anything above 270 is really bad, and mine was at like 541. I think. Like it was way high. Yeah, that and then my triglycerides were something like 27 times higher than they were supposed to be. Like it's supposed to be like 150 or less, and mine was at like.
Advertise Chatterbox is the last remaining podcasts of Detroit. Like he might not come back at any moment, so everybody should tune in.
Yeah, which one could be his final podcast?
Yeah, any one of these now.
That's why I'm saying, like, I really need to stop. I'm over now, and I'm carrying 100 pounds extra weight. And I need to stop, dude, because I'm getting into that fucking territory.
So I had my wonderful kind of epiphany moment of yesterday, and so I was going to my friend's graduation party for college.
Ooh.
And so he was like, we'll dress up if you want to, you can look good. I'm like, okay, like I got a couple suits, that I used to wear for interviews when I was trying to be in law enforcement. But those are tailored. Those are tailored to me when I was working out constantly because I was trying to be in shape for being law enforcement. And so I tried to put that sumbitch on, and that was a struggle, man.
Didn't fit as well as it used to.
It fit. I could wear it, and I wore it all night. But boy,
that's what I'm saying. It didn't fit as well as it used to.
That did not slip on as easy as it should have. Yeah. And man, is that a wake up call and a half? Where it's like, oh boy, this is only the beginning.
Yeah, actually, the last time I wore my suit, I could barely get one of the big ass buttons on, dude. It was barely hanging on.
That was not a fun experience.
Walking around like.
It's like
sucking in the gut the whole time.
The even worse part is the belt hits and then your stomach goes
over the belt.
And you're like, oh no, no.
Yeah.
I do not approve. I do not accept this reality.
Yeah, and I was working out up till for about 2 or 3 months. I was actually doing all right, and then whatever the fuck happened, we ended up stopped going to the fucking gym. But yeah, I actually do all right as soon as I go back. Like my cardio is surprisingly good. Like I can go for a good, 45, 50 minutes and be fine. going at it pretty hard, dude, because I go at it pretty intense when I do exercise. So I don't know how that fucking works or why, but I think I'm defying the laws of physics, and I need to be.
Oh yeah,
stop breaking physics.
Well, the back pain is the thing that really fucks with me when it comes to working out. But I got this weed cream that seems to help a lot, so that should get me out walking again.
Doesn't that stuff stink though?
Yeah. Well,
I'm not putting it on before I go to work. That's for sure, because it's like chamomile and weed.
Oh, yeah. And me, I only use the elliptical. The elliptical is, essentially no impact. So that helps me not mess with my back or my knees.
Yeah, the elliptical.
If I had a little extra money every month that I wasn't saving up for like computer stuff, I could join a gym.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to keep trying to do. I have a Tough Mudder in a couple weeks, and so it's like I need to be ready. Ready to game on that one, and it's. I'm not in bad shape, but I could be in better shape.
Do you want somebody to follow you around when you're working out and just yell at you? Not like encouragingly or anything, just yell at you.
Looking for a job.
Be like the trainer from Rocky, but just not helpful.
You're an animal.
You're an animal, Rocky. Kill him. Show him what kind of animal you are. Oh man. No, see, I'm not that positive. I've accepted a long time ago that my sense of humor is like way too dark.
Oh yeah, every once in a while, I definitely will let a joke out. I've realized, like, oh, this is for a different crowd.
Yeah.
like, he's like, people like, oh god, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
I forgot where I was for a second. My apologies.
I made a joke about poisoning people the other day. It didn't go over well.
Damn, dude. Dude, you want to hear? This happened when I worked at when I was selling wireless. There was this. We had the kiosks inside of Safeways, and basically it was right before Easter, and this lady, an old lady, probably at least in her 70s, maybe 80s, right? She was returning one of the motorized carts or whatever, and she was asking, like, hey, is it okay if I park this here? And I'm like, yeah, no, that's fine. I think that's where they go or whatever. And she's like, oh, okay, well, happy Easter. And I was like, oh, yeah, happy Easter. And she's like, well, unless you're, Jewish or something, you don't celebrate Easter. She's like, I told this doctor once, and he's like, I'm Jewish. And I came back with, oh, they're the ones that killed Jesus.
Always a good thing to bring up.
Yeah, like I would say, it was a joke. Like I was saying it jokingly, but I realized, like, holy shit, no, I'm at work. I'm representing this organization or whatever, and I just made that joke.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Like,
no politics,
shit,
no
dude.
religion, and no sex.
All you hear is the.
Yeah. Get a rope.
Yeah, I literally, like, after I did that, I was like calling people, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna get fired. Like, if this lady complains, I'm gonna get fucking fired, dude.
Oh man.
But luckily she didn't. She probably just went home and had a heart attack and died after hearing that fucking joke, dude.
Well, she was probably gonna do that eventually.
Yeah. Just a coincidence that it happened right after they're the ones that killed Jesus comeback to her happy Easter.
This is a story from my security gig at the hospital. And it's one thing where it's we were picking up. I was helping the mortician pick up somebody who had freshly died.
Ooh, a fresh one.
A fresh one. I know. And so even that's the joke in itself right there. I'm all done. That's my story. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I didn't really kill it that bad, man.
So we walk up there and like you're getting the gurney in, but we have to walk in and talk to the nurse and like the people that are in there. And like it's just the nursing staff by this point. And there's one person they're just asking us, do we need anything? And we're like, no, we're just gonna bring the gurney in, move over there and bring him down. And so I turned to the dead body. I'm like, wait right there, don't move. Like, go get the gurney and we move over.
How'd that one sit in the room?
Thankfully, the only person that was in the room at the time was the other mortician, and I don't know if he heard me.
Oh no!
But it's definitely one of those, like, I'm glad that was a very safe situation to be in.
Yeah, you got to be careful with those kind of jokes, man. Oh god! Just imagine if one of the people, like one of his relatives, was nearby.
Oh, if that was the case, I probably would have definitely just like kept that one for myself. But
I'll tell you what, I'd probably laugh a little. Even then, I'd probably giggle a bit.
Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. It's definitely. I mean, that job was one of those jobs that you have to.
You gotta have something to
fucking lighten like I'm literally hauling dead bodies around. Like that's. Yeah, if you don't. What's it? I've seen. Oh God, I saw a video of nurses who worked in. I think it was prenatal, like the child when the child's first born.
Oh.
And this was military nurses, and so this is with young kids, and so it was a video, and so this is textbook stupidity. What the jokes I would make and the jokes I'd hear and doctors would make in certain situations is to make sure you don't go insane doing that job because it's absolute garbage sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a coping
mechanism.
This
situation that I'm about to explain is just messed up.
Oh no.
Having said all that.
Having said that, disclaimer. Here you go.
Yeah.
Story. Someone took a video on their phone. Already the worst setup ever, of them taking a small newborn and like dancing with it.
Oh God! Was it dead?
No.
Oh, it was alive. Okay.
It was a live baby, but it was a fresh newborn, and it's just like this nurse kind of manhandling it a little bit.
Oh, that's so fucking
and
funny.
It's like, how about no? let's not do that. Like, this is the outrage. Obviously, like the first direction people go, it's like, hey, that's someone's kid, and that's like just a brand new baby. Like, what if something were to happen if you're just being an idiot about it?
She's gonna get rid of all that new baby smell.
Yeah, it's just for one lines. It's like not. It's like I'm not sitting there gonna do ragtime gal with like a dead person. Like that's like I'm not gonna do that.
Oh man!
I won't do that either recorded or not recorded. Like this.
David Bowie's song comes on. Was it a Dance? I think it was called Just Dance or whatever.
Just Dance.
Yeah, that David Bowie song. Goddamn.
So that's
moving the corpses around. Last Dance with Mary Jane. Arthur's putting dresses on the corpses and dancing around, putting makeup on them. Oh man. Oh, dude, that'd be even better. You could put like makeup on the babies and like dress them up and shit.
That's so messed up.
They're babies. They're not gonna.
That's still like that's someone. Like if you were to hand your kid off to somebody, because it's like there's a moment in time where you can't physically be with the baby.
Oh yeah.
Like there's that moment where they go, and it's like they're in the entire care.
Well, especially if it's like a preemie or something, it has to go into like the special thing.
And it's that kind of thing. It's like no, you're supposed to be professionally taking care of my kid.
Honestly,
why the fuck are you messing?
I feel like that's a good thing.
Of doing that?
I feel like you're interacting with the baby in a more like human way, as opposed to just like some sterile thing that you just carry from one room to another and put in a box.
I think it's probably
it would depend on the dancing, how severe the dancing was.
I mean, was he making the baby pole dance?
It was more like like how you sit there, kind of jostling the arms back and forth, and making it, it's like it's just one of those things where
I'm just saying I would be okay with that if that was my baby. I would be like,
and that's where it's like a very much of to each their own. Yeah. But I think kind of crossing the line on my part is like the busting out the phone and like recording it
That's pretty.
Because to me,
stupid.
that's just stupid.
Yeah, no, that's where you're like, well, you know, what you were doing was kind of like borderline.
You know, some people are fine with it.
Good.
Like you and me are gonna have a difference of opinion on that. Yeah, you could talk. Yeah. You're like, yeah, like the whole baby talk to a newborn, and yeah, that's very fine. Maybe even like a little bit messy, but you're not. Like my kid's not going to do a dance number until like 3. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, no, I fully agree that it should be like whichever, you know, depending on the parent if they're okay with it or not, for sure.
Yeah. It's like you have underneath, it's like the name, the gender, and then can be fucked with, cannot be fucked with.
Oh man, what's like that doctor who was putting his initials on people's organs?
Oh yeah.
I honestly, like, if it wasn't any permanent damage, I'd be like, that's pretty fucking gangster. Like, you know, dude did a surgery. Presumably, they like saved my life. And if he put his initials on my liver and it's not going to cause any lasting harm, I mean, I don't think he should do it. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't be that upset. I'd be like, well, I mean, that wasn't cool, but it is kind of gangster, dude. You know, like,
that's kind of savage.
Yeah.
It's like JT full life.
Yeah.
Like, did you just damn straight? What you gonna do? Go in there and take it out? You can't because he ain't me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my organ now, motherfucker.
I own a part of you.
Oh, I think he was just signing it like, look what I did. Like, good, how awesome the surgery was for like the next surgeon. So like if another surgeon went in, they'd be like, who the fuck is DWX on the fucking liver? What the hell is this?
I thought you were running DMX.
Oh, I should have gone DMX. Damn it,
DMX.
Chance.
DMX was here.
Yeah, he got fired.
Oh,
he got his license to practice revoked.
That seems a bit much.
I think they should have probably like pulled him out in front of court, given him a spanking, and then sent him back to work and made him pay like a fine to like whoever was really upset.
Yeah. How did they find out?
Well, the nurses are there. It's not like you're alone. The nurses were like, "The fuck are you doing?" You know,
like, so that's checked up, man.
They turned him. They turned him in. I think it had like 3 people before they were like, "Look, you got to stop doing that. That's not okay." But and then the people that found out definitely went and like filed lawsuits against the hospital. They're probably going to take like tons of money out of it. So everybody wins.
Yeah.
You know,
that's so check. That's a little bad.
It's
hilarious.
It's definitely not okay.
Yeah.
Good for him, at the same stimulating the economy with all these lawsuits.
And there's no permanent harm.
Yeah, that's true. That's I guess the saving grace for it.
So it's not like he wrote his initials on somebody's liver and then it failed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do wonder
he did the thing. He like burned it in, right? But it's not like a severe burn.
Really, really lightly with the laser. Yeah.
See,
it's not like
that makes me wonder.
He took a scalpel and fucking, used a scalpel to cut his initials into the fucking thing.
That would actually be more gangster, but definitely not much less okay.
Right. That makes me wonder. It's like burning any part of it, kind of potentially compromise the longevity of that part. I mean, you're burning something into something.
I mean, you're talking about probably 1/4 of an inch by 1/4 of an inch square. I mean, he's doing this really small thing, so I don't think it really would have that much effect.
Yeah, because
and it's not like brain tissue. I think it can regenerate for the most part. I think your liver can regenerate, can't it?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I think after a time.
Metal Man says, "Man, I'd be okay with it." He autographed his work like an artist. So me and Metal Man are both of a mind of like, it's pretty gangster.
I guess I would definitely want to know. It's like, is it going to compromise it anyway?
No, that's the thing. There wasn't any lasting harm. So I think that's why he didn't end up like in jail. He just ended up getting, in a lot of trouble, losing his job, and I believe at the very least a suspension. It might have been revoking of the license, and it might have been a suspension.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see him being suspended for it, but man, I would. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see him go his entire life
without being able to be a surgeon again. Yeah, no, I would agree.
Especially if he was good at it. It's just like, here's your punishment. don't fucking do it again.
Yeah, like, hey, buddy, you crossed the line. Yeah.
I mean, I almost expect something like that from a surgeon, dude. They're kind of a weird, like, you gotta have a weird mindset to fucking be a surgeon.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be a weird mindset to work in a hospital.
I mean, look, an autograph, really, considering the dude put his hands inside of me.
Yeah.
It's really not that much after that. Like, we've already been on a whole different level of intimacy. Yeah. I mean, I was asleep for most of it, so it's probably like a lot of people's prom nights. But
context.
Considering the things that people have had left in them after surgeries, you know, it's really not that bad.
Yeah, if it's not like a fucking, you know, one of those clamps or like a big 5-pound sponge or something.
Or again, the scalpel that's moving around and cutting you up more.
Oh man, yeah, that's happened.
Oh, no.
That's amazing. Like, how did it get in there and stay in there with? I don't know, man. I find that fascinating.
Well, you would think like that guy, like sitting down or bending over, it would have popped out. Garth is losing his shit. Oh, keep going. We're not going to get up a puke. Damn, man.
God.
Let's see. Matt Meadow is apparently an expert on surgery. It shouldn't cause any issue. The burn should heal within a few weeks with no more harm than any other mild burn. And if it's a surgical laser, should be good. So yeah,
cool. Yeah, that's what I assume he was using, was like that surgical laser.
Well, and they also said in the article, like, nobody was harmed. There was no lasting harm.
So it's probably not the best practice, but there's no physical damage done. Because then that turns into, like, whether or not your hospital gives a shit and whether or not the patient goes like, yeah, you can add shit into my liver.
Yeah, I mean, if you use like the thing that they use to cauterize something, that would be a little different, you know?
Where just pay a little extra, they draw a little picture on your liver.
Yeah, a little smiley face.
Yeah, a smiley face would be nice.
A little beer because it's what's about to be there when, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Can you do the comedy and tragedy masks on my liver? That's what I would like.
You can do the who's on first.
Can you leave a couple of bucks in your abdominal cavity or have it put in there ahead of time to like tip the surgeon?
If you reach this point, you have earned this $20, buddy.
Good job. There's like a little thank you card.
I've hit $50 in my body.
He just pulls out a little thank you card and starts playing his song. At first, I was afraid. I was petrified.
It's one thing that's like about to go under, and I just like I grab the surgeon's hand, look him deep in the eyes. It's like, be gentle, and then pass out.
Oh God, that would be epic.
I've never done this before.
Be gentle with me, sir. Oh man.
It's my first time.
All right, what do I got here? I got something here. Let's see.
What you got?
So in India, I'll show the picture here. 8 donkeys were kept in prison for 4 days after they ate some very expensive plants in front of a church.
That'll teach them.
Yeah, pretty sure they figured out why they were in the box instead of wandering around.
I'm sure they learned their lesson. I'm sure they knew exactly what they were doing there and why they were there.
Oh, damn, it was 5,800 pounds worth of fucking plants, like the British pounds. They don't translate it to dollars.
That's a lot of plants worth to eat. How do they have that many poundage of plants out front?
Probably like $6,200 or something. $6,500 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking flowers, man.
God damn.
That's that church money, man.
Well, you know, those donkeys have learned a valuable lesson.
Yep, I'm sure they totally understand what happened.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't they not allow the killing of, like, cows in India and stuff? I don't know if donkeys are on a similar level.
I know cows are sacred. I think monkeys are sacred, too.
I saw a great video of fucking...
Hanuman, the monkey god.
video of India. This two cows are kind of getting into it, like butting heads, and this dude gets in between them, and he's like trying to like, hey guys, knock it off, like trying to break up a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then he turns his back on one, and that cow just knocks him like good 3 feet out of the way, and then they go back to butting heads. And everybody in the crowd just starts busting up, cracking up at the dude.
Mind your business, buddy.
That's definitely one of those moments where it's like, those are two stupid animals trying to attack each other.
Like, why are you getting
away? Yeah, it's like,
hey, what? They're not even hurting each other. The Mad Metal Man. It says, "Did you guys hear about the police getting called over a math equation?"
Yes, the square root. Somebody.
Okay.
It looked like a gun. So somebody called because the guy drew the square root equation, and
the kid said
the police were called. It was something like that.
Yeah, no, the kid was like, "Hey, that kind of looks like a gun," and they called the cops.
Because the kid said it looks like a gun?
Yeah, I believe that's the story. Is that not the story, Mad Metal? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Like he did, however he drew the square root symbol, the little check mark thing.
Oh, that's like the little boy that kissed the little girl in that one fucking grade school, and then they fucking, like, they're like second graders or something.
Yeah.
And they had him fucking arrested.
Damn.
They literally called the police and had this kid arrested.
That's fucked up.
They fucking searched the kid's house over that shit.
Wow.
And yes, and that's why you are correct. That is the story.
Yeah.
What? Why? Like, why did they arrest a second grader?
Because he kissed a little girl in one of his classes.
Like, yeah, I'm guessing that wasn't cool with her and everything. So it's like,
I don't remember, but they arrested the kid.
That's amazing.
Crap, it's a second grader.
Well, it didn't go anywhere because I don't know why the police.
But that's what I'm saying.
You're did it in the first place.
A second grader.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they claimed it was sexual assault.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, and they had the kid arrested. And then the case didn't fucking go anywhere because the parents got involved, and then they were like, "Oh, whoops! You mean you can't do that? Oh, our bad."
Oh, thing now you've already bad. You can't do that. Too late. I've already traumatized the kid for doing that. It's like, well, now he really knows.
Yeah.
Now he really knows you shouldn't do that shit.
Yeah.
That dude is never going to touch a female for the rest of his fucking life.
I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he's fine by now. I mean, they didn't. Hopefully didn't.
I'm not so sure. I was kind of joking, man, but I am not sure about anything in that, dude.
True. Yeah, but then again, like, they searched this other kid's house because he said that something looked like a gun.
Yeah, I didn't know that
question I would have about that.
Like, dude, and again, that was right after the fucking, the Florida shooting, the Parkland shooting or whatever. So I get them being a little extreme and like pulling him aside, but to go so far as to search his fucking house, like, that's fucking ridiculous.
Well, I'm curious as to how they got the right to search the house. Did their parents accept that? Because I would have been like, yeah, you're going to need a fucking warrant.
Yeah.
It doesn't say that they didn't get one, does it?
Well, I'm just curious as to who the fuck issued a warrant because a kid said a fucking thing on the screen looked like a gun.
Square root symbol looked like a gun.
You'd have to be going through the worst judge on the planet to get that one okayed.
Well, okay, then look at it this way. We already have the FBI getting shit on.
No, I get where you're coming from.
For not pulling the trigger on something.
Well, they had 39 calls.
Yeah, no, but I'm still like going down this road.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Well, somebody said something looks like a gun, and it's like, if I'm going to be the guy going, no, we don't have to worry about it, and then it does turn out to be something, then I'm the person that's going to get looked at going like, oh shit, I didn't pull the trigger.
But just because the kid knows what a gun looks like, that's complete nonsense.
No, I can understand them like pulling him aside and maybe questioning him about it. I mean, even that's a little extreme, but I get that.
I'm imagining the parents had to okay the search.
Yeah. I'm assuming that way, if they went the warrant route and got the warrant for it, then it's definitely like a judge sitting there going like, this is kind of crap, but if I don't pull the trigger and people find out, then I'm going to get...
What I'm saying is, if they got a warrant and I was the parent, I would then sue because there's no way that warrant was legitimately legally issued.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that's going to hold up if you fucking challenge it later on down the line and file a lawsuit, because I would absolutely be suing the fuck out of that fucking police station.
And
the school, for that matter.
personally,
no, I know where you're coming from. I know you're saying you're devil's advocate, but like saying like like the guy probably was just scared to not act, but like that's insane. Like as a judge, I would not want somebody who is scared to say, yeah, the kid thinks that the fucking square root symbol looks like a gun. It fucking kind of does.
Yeah, he didn't make any threats about grabbing the square root symbol and shooting anybody.
I don't want the judge that's like, I'm too afraid to not issue a warrant on this fucking to search somebody's home based on.
Honestly, if you're that timid, I don't know that you should be a judge, dude.
I mean, like it's like if you don't do it, you lose your job, and if you do it, then you lose your job.
Terroristic threat. That's not a threat, though.
Yeah, come on. That is nowhere near, unless there's something in the story that I'm missing.
Get a quick warrant.
Yeah,
if that's the extent of it, that is not a credible threat. It's nothing anywhere approaching a credible threat.
But this is still falling under, and I am being the devil's advocate. It's still falling over a heated moment where, like this, it's literally the exact.
Oh, well, it's like that guy that got shot in the hotel.
Yeah, it was only a few days after the Florida shooting. So I get that part.
So that's what it's like. People are just really.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying. Like later on down the road, if it wasn't the parents that okayed it, it's going to be a huge fucking lawsuit. They're definitely going to win. But it's similar to the shooting in the hotel right after the Vegas shooting, where the guy was waving a gun. He was an exterminator, and I guess he was waving his little fucking BB gun out the window. And so the SWAT team comes in hot. And ended up shooting somebody else because he wasn't complying and fucking kept putting his hands behind his back to pull his pants up. And everybody's like, oh, well, they were issuing, conflicting commands and they were yelling at him. And it's like the dude was next to a hotel room door. So they're trying to get him down on his knees and to crawl forward.
Yeah.
And he's not complying. And he's obviously, frantic, understandably, probably a little drunk. But he keeps fucking reaching his hand back like this, like he's reaching back for something, and he's pulling up his pants. But they can't go get him because he's next to an open hotel room door, so they don't know who's in there.
Yeah,
it's not safe. He won't crawl forward, and he keeps putting his hand behind his back. And the guy's like, "Look, if you keep doing that, I'm going to have to shoot."
Yeah,
like I'm it's my bag, and everybody was like, oh, that was just cold-blooded murder. That was the worst cop in the world. And I'm like, no, dude, that's what happens when you reach behind your back.
And that's
like
kind of from people who don't
what if there is a gun back
there?
Like, and he's like trying to lull him, like, oh, I'm just pulling up my pants, but next time the gun's coming out, I'm going to fucking shoot you. Especially if you warn him, and he still does it after you say, hey, I'm going to shoot you if you do that again.
Yeah, it's like just let your pants.
Louisiana.
Yeah,
just let your
I
pants
would rather
drop,
have my cock and balls flopping around for a minute than fucking getting
shot. I'm totally down. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like I'm down for a handful of minutes of low, my dignity not being the best and making sure I don't get pumped full of lead because like I'm fine with that. Actually, the funny thing is, if the
police have a gun on me, I assume that there's something serious going on. And that the quicker I comply, whoever or whatever is actually dangerous or going down that is dangerous can be resolved that much faster.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so much. It's definitely that moment where it's just like, I don't want to listen to you. Why? If you listen to them if you're not doing anything wrong, if you listen to them for 1 minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes or however long it takes for you to get through that process, if you just listen to them to that moment, and if they go over the top and do something wrong, then it's all them. Yeah. It's on camera. It's on. Well, if they start tweaking with stuff, then it makes them even worse. It is the instant you keep complying with every single thing that they say.
Well, and it is legal in very specific circumstances to resist arrest, up to and including killing the officer.
Yeah.
If you're genuinely in danger of life and limb.
Yeah.
Then you can legally resist, and up to and including killing the officer if necessary. It's extremely good luck proving it. You're probably going to get manslaughter at the least. But
it's definitely
better than being dead.
And I'm not saying like every cop is going to handle things procedurally, but the best way they should. No, not by a long shot.
Yeah, well, the chance to argue after the fact is what you get with the compliance.
Yes, exactly.
So if they're a little rough, you can sue them later.
Yeah, like if they tell you to get down, they get down. They start arresting you, and they start slamming your face on the floor. It's like, well, you got down right away. You know, it's like it's that kind of deal where it's like, no, I did my bit. Funny story. I had a very mild run-in with police a couple nights ago.
Oh, yeah?
Friday night. So I was coming back from hanging out with a few friends, and I was going to pull into my apartment complex. And driving up, I see on one corner a squad car on the sidewalk, like parked on the sidewalk. Wow. So I'm like, oh, okay, something's going on here. So, but I drove past it, and when I pulled in, I saw two more squad cars parked in the middle of the road, pretty much blocking. I'm like, okay, well, I have to go around. Plus, I don't want to mess with that. I don't know if it's like a live scene.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Or if they're just lying in wait. Either way, that's not something I want to mess with. So I duck out real quick and I go, which already looks suspicious, but I don't want to drive past them.
Yeah, well, you always want.
So I go around and go the other direction. You can park in some neighborhoods that are sitting right next to my apartment complex. We park there all the time as like an overflow. I'll probably park there now when I get back tonight. And so I go and park in the along the side. And I get out and I see another squad car like deeper into the parking lot. I'm like, holy shit! There's 4 squad cars. Our parking lot's not that big, so it's really they're looking for somebody. Like,
well, in our area, that's a lot of cars to be in one call.
Yeah, and so it's like there's something going on. I don't want to mess with it. I'm gonna walk the long way around. And so I purposely like walk away from them to go in another way.
So everything they see is they think you're fleeing the scene.
Yeah, and if they were to come up and talk to me, it's like no. You guys there's clearly something going on over there. I don't want to touch it.
Oh yeah.
It's like, and it takes 5 seconds to say that. And as long as they're not tackling me and trying to tase me instantaneously, which is already in the wrong on their end.
Yeah.
It's like whatever. But to finish the story, so I'm walking up into the parking lot to go to my apartment, and one of the squad cars is facing me, and they hit their lights. They pull up to me and they hit the fog light and they flash it right on me.
Oh yeah.
And you act like a deer at that moment. Like I stopped cold. Like it did not move a muscle besides like maybe like shine it because it's a fog light going right in your face.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there just like, nope, not gonna move. And I just held there for like a few seconds, and you can see him like shining it on me, and then he shut it off.
Oh, because they realized you didn't match whatever the description was.
I'm assuming whoever they're looking for, I don't look like, so they don't look Jewish.
They were like, nah, it's not that.
And that was it.
Jew. Let's go get the nigger.
Oh God, dude! Sorry, hey, the cops are racist in Stabby's story, not Stabby.
That's the joke. The joke is that it's terrible.
It's terrible.
Oh, although I thought it was weird. What happened to me on New Year's Eve? I think I had recounted it on previous episode, but it turns out I had gotten my license suspended like over a year previous for a photo radar ticket up in Mesa, one of the cities up there, in the Phoenix metro area. But after he told me my license was suspended, which I did not know, he had me get out, but he cuffed me the entire time for like 45 minutes.
Oh, jeez,
which I thought was a little weird. Like, I get your impound in the car and all that, but I thought it was kind of weird that he cuffed me, dude.
I wonder if maybe it's a policy.
Yeah, it might have been.
Went crazy and fucking tried to
be detained.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and this was a long time ago, so that may be a big part of the difference here. When I got a DUI back in 2001, 02, whenever it was, somewhere in that area, they didn't even cuff me for that.
Yeah.
And then, so I don't know. I thought it was weird. Like, I complied with them because, again, there's no fucking reason not to. I'm like, look, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but yeah, I did not know my license was suspended. You're telling me it is. I'll figure out whatever I got to figure out. But yeah, I was just floored by that. Yeah, like why did you have him on? And I had to actually finally ask him because I was cool with them. They're actually giving me a ride home because I told them I don't have any way to get home. I'm gonna have to walk. So I think because I was cool with them, they hooked me up with a ride home. And I was kind of bullshitting with them or whatever. But even then, I had to be like, okay, so while I'm waiting, can you take the cuffs off? Like I had to ask him to do it. Like, why didn't you take them off once you knew everything was cool? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, it turns out I got that ticket dismissed. And did I tell you about this, Stabby? I found out I had another ticket for like a no proof of insurance from like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You told me about that.
So I went to the court and they dismissed it because I did everything to get my license unsuspended. So he's like, okay, you took care of everything. I'm going to dismiss the driving on a suspended license. And I'm like, okay, great. And I'm ready to leave. And he's like, however, there's another ticket here from 2013 or something like that. And I was like, what the hell? And yeah, literally I was floored. And I think like he thought I was bullshitting him. But he's like, here, come here, approach the bench. And he showed me the ticket. And I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's my signature. That's my car. So whatever happened there, it's like a $1,300 ticket I'm looking at that I didn't know about at all. But the good thing is I actually was able to get a hold of my my insurance
for that year.
And yeah, I got a letter saying, like I got my deck page for that period of time and a letter. Like I made the insurance company send me a letter saying, yeah, there was no lapses in coverage, and I was able to get it dismissed. But goddamn, that would have been a fucking really expensive ticket if that didn't happen.
Goddamn.
We gotta address the Mad Monoman in the chat says he didn't have the best history with cops because he apparently at some point got a police chief to resign and a mayor to vacate his position.
Yeah.
At some point, if you can tell the story. on the stream, we'll have to have you on to tell the story, man.
Yeah, if you're available now, great. If not, I definitely want to hear that fucking both of those.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the same story or not, but I want to hear.
About time for you, Engelhardt?
Yeah, it's about time. And you guys started at 9, right?
Yeah, we start early so that we can end at midnight.
Gotcha.
So we figure 3 hours is about the golden
zone. That's the plan. When Hart's got to go, we're cutting it off, right?
Yeah, and when he brings in the fresh energy, so we got it all.
Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah.
You bring it all up. Bring it all up a notch.
Well, here's the problem: is next week I can join you guys at 9. I could probably join you guys then. I don't have to join you guys at 10.
Are you going to be here? Or are you going to be over the phone? Or
I don't know. That's a little bit of situationally where I'm at and what I'm doing.
Oh yeah,
we'll play it by ear, as they say.
As we work out all of these details that probably don't need to be in the podcast.
Yes, but of course.
Let's stop doing this and sign off. Thanks everybody for joining us. Except for Geek Thulu, you're a loser.
Yeah,
such an ass. He came on to fucking harass me in the chat earlier. It was funny.
Nice.
You know what you did the picture for, motherfucker. Quit fucking pretending otherwise.
It's always welcome. Harassment for us is always welcome.
Oh, I'm hoping for a hate comment from him. Please. A really long one that I cannot read.
I want to bathe. And I just want to I'll print it out and I'll just rub my face and be like, it's so good.
Actually, can I throw something in really quick here at the end, dude? It is in reference to that, but it is kind of serious. It bugs me that these one of the things about the Kumite that bugs me is now it seems like you can find the debate technique is to find some reason why the person's not credible, whether they're a liar or whatever it is, and then just dismiss any arguments.
Yeah,
and that seems to be the thing going around here. Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to throw that in.
Oh, I just want to leave. Okay, so right before we sign off, I want to point out Mad Metalman in the chat answered, not much happened. He got searched illegally. And his mom toured to the chief's office while he was in a meeting with the mayor. So really just screwed everyone over. All at the good levels. Oh, I'd love to hear the story in person. I just wanted, for anybody who's listening, to get a little.
Yeah. Next time you're able to come on.
2 years later, he resigned, and 2 weeks later, so did the mayor out of responsibility. So
nice.
I just wanted to leave that little detail for anybody who might have listened this late.
I'll leave that here.
Close that little end. All right, so thank you guys, everybody, for joining us. We should be broadcasting again Thursday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
I won't be able to join.
Indeed.
Be there. At work.
I have to work like a normal person.
Yeah. All right. This is Chatterbox signing off.
Bye.